it out there until it dies. It's gonna get dark pretty quick now. I mean, really quick. I hear that cow. What do you want? Huh?
Turn the truck around and use the headlights.
No, because you have to turn it on.
Otherwise, you run out. An hour. Just turn it on for a minute.
No. No. I don't think so. Hello? I just need to borrow the flashlight.
The flashlight would be just as simple.
Yeah, put the flashlight on the ground, just face it towards the woods, if you would.
Nope.
Why?
On the line.
You're so mean to me.
Yeah, and keep telling yourself that.
I am.
I know this.
It works.
No.
Why does this chair make so much noise?
Because you're listening to it.
I'm a rock. Hello. Okay, who's here? I see 3. Don't you come around me, mosquito. Carol and Bill. Hello, lurks a lot. How are you guys doing? What are you doing? Happy Memorial Day. Hey, sis. Ignore him. He's talking smack back here. Hey, Typical. How are you? Ooh, ooh. Are you having fun, Bill? And Carol? Hi, Carol. Make Bill give you a hug. Hey, Rod.
That battery right there would never go dead.
Do what?
You get yourself a wire for this. Use that battery. This would never go dead.
Oh, I know. Don't put it there. It's got to go on the ground out there.
It's good enough.
Honey, no, it's not.
See? Look. Perfect.
Hey, Chris. Oh, well, I'm glad you're coming back to YouTube. It's good to hear. I wanted to tell you guys, I'm so excited. Don't mind this chair. It makes a lot of noise. Night before last? Was it night before last? I don't remember what it was. It was so much fun. Anyway, yeah, put it on the ground, face it towards the trees, please. Wrong way. Nope. There you go. Oh, right there. Put it back. Jay, I'm gonna smack you to your right. Right there. That's perfect. Thank you. No! Bubba! Just leave it there. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna beat him. Thank you. Hey, who's here? Anyways, you guys want to hear something really cool? All right, so I was sitting outside. It was late. Too late to go live, actually, because not very many people are up that late anymore. But I was out here by myself, and I was just doing my normal stuff, sitting out here. And then I started praying. I had my hands raised up to the sky, and I was just standing there, and I was just talking to the Lord and having a good, a good prayer time. And then the mosquitoes started, so I was like, I'm not staying out here. I'm going in the house. So I went in the house, and Denny was already climbing into bed, and I said, well, I might as well go to bed too, because, I'm not going to get eaten by mosquitoes, and it's too late, and everybody's probably in bed sleeping because they're not used to me being up at night anymore. So anyways, I go to bed. And I lay down, and it wasn't... How long after we laid down before the knock, Denny?
6 years.
Denny, how long after we laid down before the knock on the door?
I don't know.
5, 10, 15 minutes? Anyway. Okay, anyway, so, laid down, and all of a sudden there was a knock on the door. So I texted Jay, and I asked him, I said, what do you guys want? We went to bed. He goes, didn't want nothing. Why? And I said, did you just knock on the door? He goes, no, I didn't knock. Because they don't knock on the door, they just come in. So I got up and looked, and Michael's in bed, and Jay and Dusty are in the house, and no one's knocking. And I go back in, and I laid down, heard something else again on the back side of the house, and I'm like, whatever. So now what they're doing is I might hear a whistle once in a while. I don't hear, they're not throwing things anymore, but they are actually coming, now this has happened quite a few times now, they're coming up and knocking on the house. So, but I come out here and they don't do nothing. So haven't decided yet what I'm gonna do about this, but they're getting awful brave. I mean, coming right up to the house and knocking. You can't find, look at the ground. You're not gonna find footprints on that because this stuff is like concrete. It's rocks, but they add, something to it, and the more it rains, the harder it gets, but you're not gonna find nothing on this. But it just wigs me out that, 5 minutes after I crawl into bed and turn the lights off, all of a sudden they start knocking on the dang house. So I think it's hysterical in one breath, and another breath, it's not funny because I can spend 3 or 4 hours sitting out here and they don't do nothing, and then I go to bed and then they start knocking. Oh my goodness. I mean, I kind of wish this was like Arkansas, where we could sit there and they were, just abundant and running around. You could see their eye shine and everything. But here, they're sneaky. I mean, they're really sneaky. And I don't know what's going on with them, but it's just too funny. And I've been watching episodes lately of Survivor Man, and I'm just shaking my head. If that man really wants, I mean, honestly, if he really wants to know, hey, Tim, whether they're real or not, he's got to stop doing all that stuff he's doing and just go sit out. Hello, James. I don't know. I'll be gone basically all week this week. I got to work tomorrow till Wednesday night, and then Thursday to Friday night, and then Sunday again. So, I mean, I'm going to work a lot this week, try to get caught up. When Denny was sick, and I've been off, basically for a while. But this is so funny. I'm just laughing because they're sneaky. I mean, my goodness, what is the point? Why knock and have me come back out here? Oh, something else I did too is at night before I go to bed, I close the curtains, and they don't like that either. But I did take the curtain off the bathroom window, so they should like that. And I closed it this time instead of leaving it open. Can you imagine? Oh, and I got a door. I actually have a bathroom door. Woohoo! Aren't you excited for me? Oh my goodness. I haven't been so happy, and I can't tell you how long. Somebody donated the door to us, and Jay and I put it up the other night, and I actually have a bathroom door now. I know y'all think I'm crazy, but oh, they better not just walk in like the kids. I mean, if they do, I'm gonna wig out, but they just freak me out. I'm wanting them to actually, show up like the other ones did, come out. But no, they wait until I go in the house. Chickens. Maybe I should name one of them Chicken. I don't think they'd like that very much, do you? Anyways. Denny. Denny. It's too humid for you. You need to go back in the house. That's why you're hacking, hon. The air is too heavy. He has a hard time breathing when it's this humid outside. It kind of does a lot better when it's cool. Like in the autumn time, when you get a nice little breeze. Oh yeah, it's hot here too, but the humidity is crazy. You are not, Tim. And I already cooked dinner. I made barbecue chicken. Ah, na 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 na. Nanny, nanny, nanny. Next time you gotta tell me earlier. I don't see you walking up my driveway anyway. No, I don't think I have anything to do with the Skinwalker Ranch. That's kind of eerie. That's like talking about DM stuff. No, thank you. I watched a couple of those programs a while back. They're, pretty eerie, and I think somebody else bought Skinwalker Ranch, didn't they, a while back? And aren't they going to do a whole series on Skinwalker Ranch? And the UFO sightings and stuff like that? I don't know. I don't know. It's not a place I'd want to be. I have enough issues with what's going on here. How you like my nightlight? Good night, Typical. It's pretty early. Rest well. God bless you, hon. I'm so excited. We're getting there, guys. We are getting there. So what are you all up to? What are you guys doing? I'm so happy to be home. Yeah, I know you always come back typical. Yeah, Chris, I don't like the Skinwalker Ranch stuff. That's too freaky for me. But I was thinking if I could get that, you know, Survivor Man out here, just one night, stay out there with none of his technology, I think he'd have a good time. Oh, really? Why so late, Martha? Hello, Donnie. How are you? I don't know what that metal sound was. You guys heard that tin sound, didn't you? Why'd you eat so late? Oh, yeah. Yeah, isn't it funny? Not really funny, but isn't it weird how everything has changed so fast? Just my goodness. I know I told y'all last time, oh, I can't wait. I'd love to come back and do my live chats. And I just still got too much to do. Every time I try to figure out a way of doing it, something else pops up. We're getting this done or getting that done or this. We finally got the grapes covered and they're all ready. And we're going to move the dog's pen. And then we're going to use the dog's pen once I get it all cleaned out and refertilized and covered and all the bugs taken out. Then I'm going to turn that into a chicken coop. Ooh, send me pictures, Bill. No, I don't see any eye shine. I did see eye shine last week, but guess what it was? Big, huge owl. You were just sitting there. Hey, Sharon. How are you, hun? You were just sitting there in the trees, just making all kinds of noise. You're not almost here. You be quiet, Tim. Oh, if I'd gone live the other night, you guys would have all just, it would have been a bad night. I'd just sitting out here crying and crying. You know, one of those days that you're just kind of overwhelmed with everything. And I was just sitting out here like a big old baby. But I was thinking about something. You know, when you're growing up or if you have someone that you know really loves you, you know, mostly like your mom or something, when you're having a really bad time and you're having one of those crying meltdowns, you just want to lay in their lap and have them rub your head and feel like you're okay, right? Well, since I don't really have that, you know, what I do is I just take my pillow and I pretend that that's Jesus's lap and I just lay down on it and cry. I was like, you know, I can't feel him rubbing my head, but you know, it's better than nothing. Oh, behave yourself, Tim. I'm gonna send Martha after you. He's a bad boy. Maybe I'll turn this stupid chair around. Oh, yeah, get him, Martha. Still, nobody has heard from my favorite person, huh? Yeah, one of my favorite people. Still looking for a couple people that used to be on here that haven't shown up in quite a while. I just hope everybody's okay. Well, I'll tell you what, I think that's one of the reasons why a lot of us are crying. We don't know why. We're crying for people that are just going through so much stuff. I'm hoping we get some activity tonight. I think I watched that once. Hey, Quinn, how are you? Happy Memorial Day. Well, kind of it's not happy. Hello, Butch, how are you? It's good to see you, too. You kind of think about Memorial Day. You know, if you have family members, oh, I'm telling you, I just wish they'd make a bigger deal out of some of these supposed holidays. Get rid of some of the stupid holidays and really, really do something about the should-be holidays. You're na-na-na-na-na. Oh, it's beautiful right now. I don't know what the temperature is, but there's a nice breeze, which is keeping the mosquitoes off of me and the flies out of my coffee. I had to go buy another fly swatter. Well, I actually had to buy 2 fly swatters because the last one I broke Denny's computer with it because I slapped that stupid fly because it kept, oh my goodness, it kept trying to fly in my face and I got mad, so I took the fly swatter and I swatted it on Denny's computer and busted his keys. I didn't do it on purpose, I promise. But I mean, they're irritating as all get out, so I probably killed 1 billion of them today. Not really. I'm, you know, not telling the truth, but you know. Oh, really? So you're spending a lot of time watching stuff online, huh? I haven't been able to be online. I haven't watched anybody's videos. I went to Cryptid 559's and watched his, and I watched this new guy that's out, him and his wife, they're doing some kind of van life. So I've been watching them, you know, when I get a chance. Other than that, I haven't been watching anything. What I'd like to do is just, like I said, try to get as much done as I can here. I didn't see that, when's those meteor showers? Supposed to be, was it last night or is it supposed to be tonight? Because we're kind of confused on which night it's supposed to be. Somebody told me it was last night, but I looked out there and I didn't see anything. So they said, well, maybe it's supposed to be tonight. So does anybody know? I'm not old yet. I'm too young to be this old, okay? I've made a decision. I really don't care. I really don't care anymore what the doctor says or what the chiropractor says. I have to go back to working out. I just have to. That just made me feel 100% better than I've ever done my entire life when I worked out every day, and that's what I'm going back to. I'm going to set it up in my living room one way or another, and I'm going back to working out. My whole body feels better when I work out. I sleep better, I work better, I think better. Sitting around here, my brain is turned to mush. The only time it's working is when I turn into nurse mode, you know. But other than that, give me 3 words and tell me to remember them in 10 minutes. I'll be like, huh? Yeah, we can't get the chicken coop done because now, well, first of all, we have to buy 10 2x4s, and then we have, okay, so it is tonight, right? Okay. And then we have to buy all the hardware because we have a bunch of pallets that we can make a really good chicken coop out of. But like I told you last time, I decided that I think what we should do is take the dog's pen. We're going to take the dogs out of there, clean it up in there, you know, because I don't want the chickens and ducks getting sick with the dog poop. So we'll get rid of all that stuff out of there. Then we're going to spray it down and then wait about a week. And then we're going to put the chickens and the ducks in there. And then I found a, does Bigfoot Clan give off a, no. No, the ones around here, I have not had any kind of smell. Well, remember the one in Arkansas? There was just one in Arkansas that we used to call Stinky, remember? It was the only one that smelled. You know, now you might smell a musky odor sometimes, not knowing exactly what it is, but heck, that could be any animal out here. You know, I mean, it could be a possum or raccoon or, you know, they just have that outdoor smell, that their own smell. So I don't pay any attention to that, not unless it's so pungent that it burns my nose. Now I know we have something out here that don't belong out here besides a skunk. Because I don't think the ones here are skunk apes. You know, the skunk apes are shorter, you know, than the ones here. And these guys aren't as big as the ones that are up north. Of course, everybody knows that. But, you know, like, there's been plenty of people here that have Bigfoot channels that say that they have measured what approximately, you know, the height of some of the ones they've seen, and they could be 10, 11, 12, 13 feet, you know. Like on Robert Dotson's, that the one that he showed, like I said, when I was at his property, I thought on the video it just looked like scrub brushes, you know, they'd look short. But when I got there, they were actually trees, you know, they were brush, but they were trees. And so these guys' heads were, you know, 2, 3 feet above it. And I was shocked. I mean, I couldn't believe they were that big, and he measured that one. I tried to help him measure where that one was with the baby in the tree. And that was, I mean, with the cross thing that I put up there, that was 13 foot, you know, so I don't know. I couldn't tell you. But all I know is that they don't give off a scent here that I know of. And when we were up in Findlay, when I was with Boo, remember just once, or I think it was just twice, that we smelled a smell up there, and I think it was the alpha, because I know Boo wasn't the alpha. I'm pretty sure that he was the sentry. So I'm pretty sure that the big one, the alpha male, was the one I saw, you know, but on the push out, and I know he was at least 10 foot, because the push out itself from the ground to the top, and I had to use a ladder to get up there to clean it every once in a while. That was at least 8 foot. He was at least 2 foot above that one. I mean, I had to almost get on the floor to look straight up to see his eyeballs. So he was a big boy. I think that was the alpha. Of course, I could be wrong, because I know nothing. To the left of the tree, where the light is. You talking about the little one on the ground, Martha? Is that what you're talking about? Closer to ground? You know, that's those. Remember those little lights that when I was up on top, that we had the 2 lights that kept going off? That's what that is. Now, between the flashlight and the 2 little lights on the ground, looks like something there, but I think it's just the light going through the trees to the back. Yeah, it looks like eyeballs on the ground, don't it? Kind of. One eyeball. Nah, those are just those little stupid lights. Now those are the cheaper lights. I bought those first. I mean, those are really cheap. But the ones that we paid more money for, psh. Yeah, I imagine Carrie's story was pretty scary. You know, especially if someone's got a hunting lease and they've been there for as many years as he had been there. That's got to be pretty wicked to, you know, get it all ready and be out there and go face to face with something that's not too happy he's there. But thank God so far, I haven't had any real aggression, so I'm not in the same category as him. I think my favorite all-time story was the one about the military in Mount St. Helens. Okay, Carolyn Bill. God bless you. Much love. Hugs. Hey, Roy, you still here? Come and gone. I know he popped in for a second. Hello, Mitchell. How are you? Now, who's got family in the military? Oh, really? What crusade for what kind of children? What kind of crusade is it? It does look like eyeballs down there, don't it? Boy, it's getting dark fast. Rotten. They're absolutely rotten. Sissy was on this. She was on my last live. Ones I haven't heard from lately is Jamie Harms, Mike Stone. There's quite a few. Oh. I've always wondered how people memorialize, you know, I mean, on Memorial Day, I really wish they would have a YouTube channel or someone would do a channel and have people get on and tell their stories, you know, their family stories about their loved ones that were in the military. You know, I wish they would do something like that because those stories are priceless. You know, I mean, a lot of them, that's why a lot of people have PTSD or, you know, their family members are I know it's got to be, I can't even imagine. I just can't even imagine because I don't have any family in military, you know, so I wish they would do a channel like that and have people come on. I was listening to a channel and I don't remember whose it was, but they were talking about it was a guy that was in the military, and I don't know if it was on Duke's channel or Sasquatch Chronicles, but this guy, and it wasn't Mr. Black, you know, that guy, it was somebody else, and it was like the third person, different person that I had heard that was in the military in Mount St. Helens when it erupted after the fact, where they were taking out Bigfoot bodies or working with them, trying to treat them or something. And I think that was the most interesting one that I've ever heard. It was long, it was detailed. Well, hello, Mike. How are you? I mean, that lasted longer than a lot of them that we listened to on that channel. And like I said, I can't remember, sorry, but I can't remember what channel it was. But I had heard a couple of them on different channels talking about, you know, being in the military. And now that it was past the time that they were told, or they had been out of the military long enough to where they didn't think they were going to get in trouble, so they told their stories. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about, Sharon. Yeah, that kind of stuff I love to hear. You know, I mean, I love to hear the stories. You know, even grandchildren, you know, and great-grandchildren have stories about their family members that were in the wars that, ugh, I, I don't like hearing about the horrible parts of it, but you know what? That's our history. That's our heritage. I mean, and those people should be honored. And I just think there should. After all this stuff that's on YouTube, why isn't there a channel with a lot of those people coming on and telling their stories? Wouldn't that be interesting? And think about all the people that would say thank you for your service, and you know, where's that? Who's Lynn? All right, I missed part of that. Repeat that, will you please? Oh, really? Well, that's good to hear. That's cool, Chris. That's what I'm saying. People have some serious stories. One of the things I like so much about working with the elderly. Ooh, sorry to hear that, Sharon. That's got to be hard for that. Oh, yeah. That's awesome, Martha. But wouldn't that be, like I said, in my line of work, you know, Bigfoot Case Files, Lynn Smith. Oh, okay. Thank you, Johnny. I talk to a lot of elderly people, and I love listening to their stories, even if they repeat it, you know, 10 times in one day. That's one thing I could do for a long time, is just listen to their stories. Tell me about their growing up, or what it was like. The guy that I'm taking care of now, he's talking about, you know, making ice cream. He's talking about how they pick corn or potatoes and stuff, what they ate. And it's just fascinating to me how people used to live back in the day. Now, remember, I was born and raised in the North, so a lot of this is new to me anyway. You know, I mean, you can read some of it in books, but you never know how much is the truth and how much is fabricated. But to listen to these people, these older people, talk about their lives back in the day, it's just so interesting to me. But a lot of them do, and that's what I'm thinking, Sharon. If there was a place that they could get on and talk about their experience and not have someone cut them off 30 minutes later, you know? I mean, even if it was a 2-hour conversation just to let them talk, I think for some people that would be, you know, beneficial for them. I think it would be therapeutic almost. And just let them, you know, just let them get stuff off their chest. Hey, Peppy. I just don't know why, with everything that's on YouTube, that's not one of them. Wow. See? Oh my gosh, I'd love to hear that kind of stuff. You know, maybe we'll start doing that here. Nah, I'm not home enough to do that and stick with it. I can't follow through on anything right now, guys. Sorry. Hey, Ramona. How's Richard, hun? And how are you? You hear my owls? Sounds like you're in a jungle. And sometimes I worry about this. Not worry, sometimes I wonder about this one owl that's here. Because he doesn't ever follow through on the trill on the end of his call, his hoot. How you doing, Peppy? Yeah, I agree. Some vets don't want to discuss, you know, don't want to talk about it. They don't want to relive it. But I'm sure there's a lot that would. Because you never know. Get to a certain point in their lives, and I think they might. Is that battery dying already? Good grief. Look at now, you can't even hardly see it. Dang, I need a better flashlight. I know, right, Pappy? Like I said, I'm too young to be this old. Dang it. I gotta find a better flashlight. Well, I'll look up there and see, but right now I have a lot of cloud cover, so I don't know how well I'll be able to see. And I'm gonna have to move my chair back a little bit so this light goes off, because I'm sitting right by that motion detector light, and I'd rather have it a little darker than it is. So I'll be moving us back here in a minute. I was hoping that light would stay bright for quite a while. It's a good mag light, but you have to plug it in to fill the battery, so charge the battery. It's just irritating. Oh, he has good days and bad days, Ramona. Today's been one of those bad days. He just hurts so bad, and there's not much we can do about it. You know, he has reactions to most pain medication, so he's got all three of the arthritises. He's got regular arthritis, rheumatoid arthritis, and psoriatic arthritis. So when they flare, that poor man is miserable. I know, I understand. I know, right, Mitchell? That's what I'm saying. Well, I'm glad, Martha. Hello, Filmer. How are you? Who was I talking about? What about the medical part? Hello, Joe. I know, Filmer, I've been, kind of preoccupied. I keep trying, but, it doesn't always work that way.
Hey, Steve.
Hey, Michael, do me a favor.
Yeah.
Come here, honey. Go grab, well, you can't walk on this side, but go on the other side and grab that flashlight for me. Please. Yeah, and one of the new hairy friends here has got a baby. A brand new baby. Well, it's not brand new anymore. Because I was trying to put it in the woods, but you go ask Papa if he'd plug it back in. Or give me the cord so I can plug it in here. Thank you, baby. Yeah, my hubby, when we went to the hospital, they said he has emphysema, and they said the emphysema is he's had it for quite a while. He's got asthma and COPD, and now he's got all the arthritises. I have no idea. I didn't see it. I just heard it being born. Yeah, well, I know a family in Arkansas that had their children taken from them because they gave them DMSO. No, I haven't. I found the footprints, but I have not seen the baby. I haven't seen anything that even looks like a baby.
Yeah.
What?
You need the charger to connect you.
Yeah, if you bring, because I can plug it into my little battery pack here.
Okay.
Thank you, Michael.
Yeah.
Maybe if I can get this thing charged, I'll be able to have better light out here. Otherwise, we're going to be totally in the dark here in about 20 minutes.
Okay.
Hold on a second, guys. I got to turn this on, plug it in.
And here's these things.
What things?
I don't know, the back end of it.
Oh, yeah. Here, let me try to plug this in.
Love you, Grandma.
I love you too, baby. Thank you very much.
Uh-huh.
Hold on, I couldn't read what you guys were saying because I'm trying to plug this flashlight in. I can't see in the dark. Okay, hold on. Just give me a minute. Don't talk yet because I can't see you. Just work with me, technology. Oh, there you go. All right. Now it's charging. Ho, 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 ho. Check that out. Woohoo! Okay, now, what did you say again? Who said what? Because I didn't look. What do you mean Denny hasn't? Well, that's true, he doesn't. I'm trying to get him on the moringa. He just, sometimes he's just non-compliant, I mean, and with me being gone as much, I can't get, I, hey, Brown, troublemaker. I'll check into it, though. Yeah, Filmer, remember I told you I got healed. My stomach got healed. Remember all those years of all the bad stomach pain I had? I got healed, too. I mean, it was amazing. And everybody's been praying for Denny and praying for Denny and praying for Denny. It's, sometimes I just get overwhelmed. But I keep telling him I'm trusting and believing that he's going to be healed of at least one of his problems. Yeah, and when my stomach starts hurting once in a while, it's only my fault. Hey, Matt, how are you? Hey, Matt, I need a favor from you. Remember I sent you my book of me growing up in an email? Do you by chance still have that? You're not going to believe this, but I lost my book. Oh, you do? Is it possible you can send it back to me, Martha? Long time no see, Matt. How are the grands? How's your wife? How's things going? Well, that's okay. Martha said she has it. I appreciate it. I cannot believe it's not on my computer. I looked everywhere. Why would you believe what, Joe? Denny's already tried the CBD, and he's tried the one with the THC in it. And he tried, as a matter of fact, this is the gospel truth. Last night, he was given a gummy with the THC in it, and all he said was that he was wasted. He said his legs felt a little better, but that's what I said. Well, I can't believe that it's not there. I had a program that I had it attached to, but since I don't pay for the program anymore, I can't, I mean, almost all my stuff's gone. But I know I sent the book to a couple people, so I'm just asking them to send it back. Yeah, well, yeah. Well, praise God, Sharon. I totally believe in the power of healing. I mean, totally. I've been healed now, 3 times? So, and yeah, I can't say anything about the power of healing except for that God decides who he wants to heal when he wants to heal them. That kind of stuff is just all in his hands. Yep, I did. Thumb drive? Yeah, I will now, Joe. Yep, Cleveland, born and raised. Well, Euclid born, Cleveland raised. I know, right, Filmer? But I've done some, man, I found some awesome stuff about cancer. I told you guys I'm just relentless right now on my research, but they are doing some incredible studies with the natural stuff on cancer cells, and I'm just amazed, and I'm still in depth in it. There's one that I've been reading, and it's been a clinical study for quite a while, and uh, I know for a fact that there's two of the things on there, liposomal vitamin C, which is one of them, IV liposomal vitamin C. But they're talking about frankincense, they're talking about periwinkle, they're talking about feverfew, they're talking about a whole bunch of natural things that are actually inhibiting tumors and killing cancer cells. And I just can't stop reading it. I want to get all the information I can, and then I'm going to compile it all together, and I'm going to get on here and I'm going to give you the list. But again, just like I say with everything else, you could be allergic to one of the things, or you don't go buy them all, you know. And there's a lot of stuff out there that are, you know, you can take them, you know, prior to a cancer diagnosis. So, and moringa is one of them. You know, I know so far some of the people I've been talking to are having allergic reactions to moringa or cordialis or some of the other things. But there's a will, there's a way, and all we can do is keep trying. Out of Canton? Really? Stop that. That was Denny. He's being bad. Yeah, I've been there, done that, filmer. But I couldn't take the Imodiums. They made me nauseated. We won't go into details about that. Sharon says, hello, Denny.
Hello.
Get off me, you stupid spider. Really?
They just let me.
Whatever. Martha says, Denny, she has my permission to get a stick.
Does?
Exactly, Filmer. I know the feeling. That's one of the reasons that I stopped going to a lot of the campouts around here that I was supposed to go to, because I couldn't. And that is probably one of the worst problems that you can have. We're going to change the subject, though, because that's a poopy situation.
What you talking about?
Bathroom problems.
Yeah.
Denny, DMSO cured my trigger finger. Whatever, Joe. Pappy says, howdy, Denny, keep being up. You went too fast. I don't know, he said, keep being a smarty pants, I think.
Yeah, I'm about to pass D as far as weight goes.
I don't know, Sharon. Like I said, I haven't really gone. I'm just reading what they're doing right now, so I haven't delved into any of them. I know about moringa. I know about feverfew. I know about, you know, some of the other stuff, but periwinkle was not one of them. So that's something I'm going to have to go back in. Ramona says, hi, Denny.
Hi, Ramona. You still doing your facials?
Martha says, howdy, Denny. Keep being a smarty pants. I found it quite something. Thank you, Martha. She tried to repeat it, but they go too fast. Hey, Brandon. Creosote bush for cancer. Mitchell says, howdy, Denny. Hope you're feeling better or getting to feeling better.
Well, I wish I was.
Yeah, I remember. Well, we're working on Denny.
It's hard when you have rheumatoid arthritis and psoriatic arthritis. flare up exactly at the same time.
Yeah, I told them that. On top of the not being able to breathe, on top of his blood pressure going crazy.
The pains was making my blood pressure go nuts. Part of it.
Well, part of it, the other part is your non-compliance with drinking water.
Well, I'm drinking water, but it's hard also water with walking. But this
Hello, Brian.
psoriatics stop that. Rheumatoid, I should say.
Well, we will get to a point where we will be able to, Lord willing, be able to buy the stuff to make smoothies with, and maybe be home to be able to teach Denny how to make his own smoothies in the morning. Right now, because he's lost so much weight, Denny weighs 133. And so that is just, 10 pounds more than me. And that is crazy. And so I will get to that point. Like I said, I'm still not in a position. I don't have the stuff to do everything I want to. I got to go up in the attic and find the juicer. I mean, up not in the attic, in the loft. And I've got to have a place to prepare it every day, and I've got to have the stuff to make it with. And right now, we just don't. So, that's why I'm trying to work as much as I can so we can get the extra stuff. Right now, I'm working enough hours just to be able to pay the bills. So if I can get a couple of hours in here and there to get the extra stuff, and Dusty helps out with food stamps, so that helps us tremendously when we're able to. But I have to have a place to put this stuff so I can teach them how to make smoothies every morning. That'll help them tremendously. And then I can put stuff like the moringa, or if I look into the DMSO, because I heard about that a long time. But then he's got some issues where DMSO is not quite what you want to give. So I have to be really careful. And you guys know that I really go out of my way to make sure that what I tell you, I've tried and tested, and it doesn't work the same on everybody. There's no silver bullet, no magic bullet for everybody's issues, because people are so different. Now, we have the basic same chemistry in our bodies, but just because of environmental or genetics or something like that, what works for one might not work for another, and then it might work perfectly on 10 people, and then 10 people completely the opposite. So, and you have to be very honest with yourself on if you are steady at doing it, you're going to do it every day or 3 times a day. And when you tell somebody you're on it, you can't say, well, yeah, I've been taking it for a while, but it's not really doing anything. Well, maybe you're hit and miss. Maybe you don't do it every day the same time. Maybe you don't take it like you're supposed to.
And then it may be, again, simply that's not what's for you.
Yeah, and then that's the truth too. Maybe because of the way that your body works, or something that you're eating or drinking or medicine you're taking, it doesn't work for you. Maybe you need twice as much, which is why I'm delving into this whole study that I'm doing, because most of the time when I go into these clinical studies and I read the excerpts from them, they don't tell you how many milligrams or micrograms or grams of the trial medicine that they're trying, or the edibles or the whatever it is they're doing, the vitamins. They don't tell you how much they give you. So they're just telling you that they've gotten X amount for a certain period of time, and they don't say it's in laboratory rats. They're trying it on people because they've already done through the laboratory and it worked on rats or whatever they're using it on. But on people, it's different. So it's taken me a while. I think I'm on week 2 of just these, and I'm only on page 10. So I've got a lot more to read, and I want to find out the amount that they're using on these people. Because if it's stupid amount, you're not going to be able to buy that big of a bulk that these clinical studies do. And then they turn it into either a pill or a gummy or it's an IV. I mean, you don't know. That's why I really have to do the research.
If you lose control of your mind,
Do what?
if it affects your brain, your thinking,
Yeah.
then you shouldn't be taking it.
Well, yeah. I mean, but that also has to do with a lot of medicines you take.
I'm lucky I didn't get killed that night.
Yeah, pharmacia is witchcraft. Oh no, Matt. Well, you're supposed to boil any water that you drink and filter it, silly. Well, next thing you know, Matt'll be running around with tadpoles in his belly. They might come out as fish.
Giant worms, we can use those for fishing.
Good, I'm glad, Martha. I've told so many people about the peroxide and the peppermint or the eucalyptus. I mean, if you want to breathe, that's your best bet. I don't care what anybody else says. I've used it and I've proven it. Yeah, protein helps your body recover. And I was talking to my son and I told him because he wants to lose the weight. And I told him, I said, you eat too late at night. Your body is supposed to repair itself at night, not digest food. You know, he's gained a lot of weight and that's why he eats so late. And a lot of people are overweight and they're overweight because they eat too late at night. Your body, when you sleep, is when it repairs. You know, it's supposed to recover at night. You know, your muscles and your nerves and, you know, everything recovers at night or repairs itself, but it's not supposed to digest food. So the next day you wake up, you're sluggish, you know, you just don't have any energy, and you grab that candy bar, you grab that protein drink or that energy drink or that cup of coffee and you just slam it down. Well, that's fake. All that's fake, and it just fakes your body out. I gotta move back a little bit. I got this light on here. Hold on a second, guys. I gotta move backwards. See, I keep turning that light on. If I move back just a hair, can you pick it up and move it backwards, please? Let me move this back. Maybe I'll get out of the way. I don't know if it'll stay on if I move or not. Danny.
That should do it. I'm going in.
Careful.
I'm
You're
going to bed.
going to bed. Be careful. You can't see. I gotta move this. Hold on. Try to get everything moved back. Come on, out of the way. How far back do I gotta go? Jeez, oh flip. Okay. All right, that should probably work. All right, let me go get my drink, my coffee. I'll be right back. Well, believe it or not, it's all been a lie. You know, you can eat whatever you want, just gotta eat less more times during the day so it burns it off. Plus, it gives you energy. If you diet or you stop eating to lose weight, you're just gonna lose water and it's not gonna work. You want your body to replenish, you know, all during the day, especially if you work. You know, you can't eat a fat meal and then expect to be able to go to work. You're sluggish. So that's why, I don't know, like I said, yeah, yeah, don't pull a D and don't eat anything, you know, because that's just a bad habit that I have. But you can actually lose weight and keep the weight off and not go through the, you know, the sagging arms and legs and stomach and stuff like that if you do it properly, because you can just use bands or walk a little bit and tighten up as you lose. But people that lose a lot of weight quickly, they got all that extra skin just hanging and sagging, and then, you know, then they feel bad about their bodies. Well, do it slow, do it correctly. Eat what you want, but just eat less of it, and don't eat anything after 6 o'clock. You know, drink a couple of things of water, but especially if you go to bed like 9 or 10, don't eat any food after 6. Let your body heal, not digest. You'd be surprised how fast it'll change. All right, let me run in real quick. I get something to drink. Oh, you're funny, Lurks a lot. There's no bugs in my drink. stay, Pink. Okay, I'm coming. Woohoo! All right, back on my chair. Okay, what'd I miss? Ice cream truck. You know, they don't even have those around here. Do you hear my ducks? Quack, 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 quack. You know, I was going to tell you guys, Tank came out of the wood line night before last with his tail between his legs. Usually he comes flying out there with his tail wagging, a big old smile on his face. But he actually came out of the wood line with his tail between his legs, his head down, and he walked right past me into the house and laid down on his bed. And I was like, what the heck? I mean, that was the strangest thing ever. I think he got yelled at by the big guys. Yeah, I'm telling you, it's weird. Get out of here, stupid bugs. I have to keep looking in my drink to make sure there's no bugs in it. Well, I'm skinny now, but I'm mushy. You know, I mean, I used to be pretty muscular because I worked out all the time. But I'm starting to lose that since I hurt myself. And so now I'm going to have to build back up. And I realize I'll be 66 this year. But I don't really care. You know, my body's used to working out and used to hard work. And I just can't sit here. It's making me crazy. Crazy. I have those stupid press-on nails on, so I can't whistle. Because you can't whistle with fake nails on. That's cute, Pappy. What's the milestone, sis? What do you want?
Nothing.
Bad girl.
Wanted to empty my bladder and I did so.
Oh. Ouch. Oh, well, yeah. Yeah, I don't think age has much to do with it. I think it's our interpretation of age. Get off. What is with the spiders tonight? Seriously? Get off of me. We have those ugly looking... Yeah. Not here lurks a lot. It's all rock. You know those ugly looking, orangish looking spiders? Well, they decide they lay their babies and they go flying through the air, and I end up with spiders on my hat and my clothes and ugh. You're lying, Matt. Here we go again. Don't listen to him. You all know he ain't that old. You bad boy. Ooh, now it really looks like eye shine, don't it? Yeah, I think we're blessed if we make it to 70 or 65 or whatever age we make it to. I think we're blessed. That light still hasn't shut off yet. Dang. I wonder if my flashlight, do you think my flashlight will make that light turn on? I don't think so. Yes, it is, Sharon. Absolutely it is. It's quiet out here tonight. Oh, wait a minute, I just heard a vehicle. You tell him, Martha. Oh my. He keeps it up, pretty soon his leg will be as tall as a Empire State Building. How are your walkabouts going, Matt? Get out of here, you stupid bug. Well, you're 9:52. You're just adding to it, huh? Non-compliant, just like hubby. What is it, a male trait or what? You boys just don't listen, do you? Yeah, poor Matt. Oh, wow, that's cool. Look at you, Matt. You're going to be on the map. Could turn this thing a little bit. Let me see. See? Oh, that's a better spot. We'll leave it right there. Now this spot over here, guys, I can do this. That spot over there, right there behind the truck is where the little one likes to go. No, it doesn't. Actually, the more gritty your honey is, the stronger it is. Don't ever throw away gritty honey thinking it's bad. I know a lot of people have done that. It's actually more powerful when it's gritty. I didn't send nothing. It's 90 degrees here too. We seem to be keeping it. Yeah, well, I used to. Well, I'm actually out of survival mode now, so, you know, things will start to calm down somewhat. I mean, I don't care about the work that's got to be done. Like, you know, I'm not in any big hurry anymore for that. But it's just getting caught up. You know, I have to get caught up. Financially, got to get caught up, and some of the little things around here need to get caught up on. And then, you know, we'll have some semblance of normality. But I'm not going to complain. You know, we're better off than we were. You know, we're still here. We're surviving. My main concern, as you guys know, is Denny. You know, I mean, and my patient. You know, the guy I'm taking care of, because they seem to be following suit. The two of them. You know, they're close to the same age, but they seem to be following suit with each other. And I talked to the girl that I work for, and we kind of chuckle because both her dad and my husband are doing the same thing. And we're like, they won't do this, they won't do that, you know, they won't listen, they forget to drink water, you know, all the things you tell them to do. But either way you look at it, it's better than it was, so I cannot complain. Good night, Chris. Nice to see you. Take care of yourself. God bless. Oh, I just saw lightning. What kind of garbage is that? We're not supposed to have any rain or nothing. What was that all about? Now that was freaky. I'll look up at the sky every once in a while and see if I can see any meteor shower. What time is it supposed to start? And where? Does anybody know where you're supposed to see it the most? You're a bird. I'm missing my my emails lurks a lot. Exactly, Pappy. Hey, there's Miss Sissy. How are you, sweetie? I have to thank him throughout the day, every morning when I get up, every night before I go to bed. I just can't stop saying that thank you. Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying, Sharon. I had a lot of clouds, but I just saw lightning. It was, you know, like what heat lightning looks like. That's what kind of looked like. It was just a brief flash in the sky. Okay, thank you, Ramona. I just love the quiet out here. Oh, absolutely love the quiet. I've got a lot going on. I mean, a lot. Oh my gosh, Sissy, what kind of cancer? Get away from me, you stupid bugs. That's the bad part about having this light right here. I'm attracting all the bugs. I'm doing a lot of studies right now about cancer, Sissy. I mean, some really, really in-depth research about cancer and some of the new natural stuff that they're trying because, you know, they know the old stuff is just killing people faster. Or has been for years. So much cancer has popped up and it just is so prevalent, and they're trying to connect the reasons. You know, you see talcum powder, they said, that could cause cancer, and spray, you know, like bug spray or weed killer. They're coming up with all these different chemicals that they say have caused cancer. I need to talk to you, Sissy, one-on-one if I can, maybe tomorrow. Or maybe if you can text or you can email me later. I got some stuff to tell you about that. Especially leukemia, that's number one. No, it can't. What's the number one alkaline thing that you can eat or drink? Leukemia. Welcome back, Typical. Hello, Paradox. How are you? I know, right? I know that. That's crazy, isn't it? They're also talking about it being, you know, people breathing it in. Well, I can't imagine it going straight to your ovaries if you breathe it in. It's got to be some kind of chemical change. A chemical exchange of some sort. But it doesn't make any sense. Well, I think, Sissy, what they just mean is there's markers for leukemia. You know, they have cancer markers. Pappy. I don't think I've ever known anybody to use talcum powder in the private areas. We used to put it on babies, you know. But I didn't even use Johnson's baby powder on my kids. I didn't like the fact that the powder was in the air. That kind of bothered me. So, you know, I always use the lotion, but I never use the powder. I don't like anything that kind of goes in the air. You know, when you use it, even that spray stuff, when you spray the house to make it smell good, I don't like that either because you're breathing that stuff in. The only thing I like to breathe in is the peroxide water. Well, I grew up in Cleveland, Ohio, so I didn't have that problem. Hey, Chuck. Well, yeah, if you would, Sissy, I'd like to give you the list that I've gotten so far, you know, of things that they've actually done with, specifically with leukemia, you know, or they have the markers for leukemia, you know, the cancer markers, and it tells you, you know, what stages. You know, there's things that you can do to simplify some of that stuff, and I know this is just kind of ironic in a way, but you know, masks are good for when you use stuff that shouldn't be in your lungs or on your skin. You wear long sleeve shirts and pants and wear a mask or eye, you know, shields. We just have a tendency not to do that, not even thinking about it. But, you know, anything that's in the air like that, when I use my when I do my diatomaceous earth for anything I use, I wear a mask, you know, because you can ingest it, but you don't want to inhale it, you know. Oh, I just can't believe how beautiful it is tonight. I'm looking up here, I don't see anything. Did you guys hear my neck just crack? Yeah, I know, right? Well, they never even heard of histoplasmosis when we first moved here to Arkansas. And I had to educate the doctors on histoplasmosis because they'd never even heard of it before. And that's an Ohio Valley region disease. All right, is there any way that you can email me, hun, tonight or tomorrow, and maybe we can talk? Filmer? Oh, yeah, 2, eye to eye. More than 2, actually, but 2 that were major. My story of my face-to-face encounters are out there in a couple of places, but, you know, the only thing I can say, okay, I work at 4 o'clock, Sissy, so if you can call me. They were both nighttime, Filmer. And I could not see eye color. They were just dark. I mean, I did see whites by the eyes, but not much. Very little white, if that helps. But they were both nighttime, you know, between 1 and 3 in the morning. No, well, the big guy, kinda, in a way, I felt threatened because I had been watching the babies and I'd been hearing them run all over the place, and I saw the older ones, I saw the eye shine, and I saw the movement, you know, so, and I was pretty happy because they were content and they were pretty safe around me, you know, I mean, or they felt safe enough to let the babies play around, you know, the camper. But then all that stopped and everything got dead quiet and they all disappeared. I mean, like an instant. And then outside the window of my camper, which I had been looking at for, you know, years up there, I had been looking at the same white push out part of the camper. All of a sudden it was black, completely black. And I was like, there's nothing that could stop. You know, there's nothing that could black that out. I mean, not the moon, not a tree, my truck, not the RV, nothing. I didn't understand. So I leaned off the side of my camper bed almost all the way to the ground and looking straight up, and I looked eye to eye in something that was twice, I mean not twice, about 2 foot off, 2 foot higher than the push out of my camper, and I froze. I mean, I wasn't really scared. I was just like, I was kind of like in shock. I couldn't believe what I was seeing, and the eyes were so big, and I just stared at him, and I was like, what did I do? You know, I mean, that's exactly what I felt. That's exactly what I said. You know, I said, you know, I don't mean any harm. What did I do? You know, and I didn't understand. Okay, sissy. I didn't understand what was going on and why he was standing there. And it's not that I saw body parts to tell me it was a male. It was just the presence that I felt it was male. And he was huge, and he was wide, really wide. And he just kept staring at me. And it seemed like a long time, but I couldn't tell you exactly how long he did. And then he just kind of gave me this, I don't know, this really weird look, and then just turned his body and walked off. And then, you know, a few minutes after that, all the activity started up again, and I was just like, you know, like a breath. No, I don't have any proof, but I promise you, I can't unsee what I saw. You know, so that's the best I can do, is tell people what I saw, when I saw it, how I saw it, you know, what it was doing. But I wasn't into details. I didn't search for details because it was a shock. I mean, number one, how big it was, but number two, how close it was, because that push out wasn't 5 foot away from where my window was. I don't know what they are. You know, people have asked me that a lot. I couldn't tell you. Sometimes, I don't know. I just don't know. I think, no, Sharon, I think what happened is I really think that that was the alpha male. Remember I told you I've only, you know, smelled him, or I think that was the second time I saw him, but the first time I saw him, I'm pretty sure he was the one that knocked everything over when we showed up at the wrong time one night, all of us, you know, together. And we didn't normally do that, and he knocked over a tree away from us, but he knocked over a big tree that had to be at least 8 inches in diameter. Just knocked that thing right over and scared the crap out of all of us. But other than that, welcome back, sissy. But I think, yeah, I think what he was doing was, you know, just checking me out, because they were up there all the time. And anybody who's been watching my channels back then, you know, I would go live, and you can see them, you know, you could see the eye shine, you can, you know, hear them outside. No, that's what I'm saying, Ramona. A lot of people, you know, I think there was, I don't know, I could say there's plenty of people that think that stuff like that is all hoaxing, or it's our imagination, but I promise you it's not your imagination. When you see these things face to face, it's just, I mean, I had visions of those eyeballs for years. I can still do it now. I can still see it now if I close my eyes. I can still see his eyes, you know. No, I don't know, Filmer. If I hear something in my head, I'm going to try very hard not to listen to it. But they wrote on my truck. You know, I have pictures of them writing on my truck. They would leave glyphs on the ground. I've heard, we've heard, in fact, when I did some of my audios, remember that one audio, guys, that I thought it sounded like a bird. It said, Brenda, come here. Remember that, guys? And they would make comments, you know, they would say things, but I don't know. I can't say anything about the mind speak. The only time I believe that actually could have happened, or it was in my own head, was the night that Kevin was at my house when Grandma showed up. And when I came in from the restroom into the room, I said, Grandma, and Kevin started crying. And I was just kind of freaked out about that. But because I heard it clear as day in my head, said Grandma. And I came in and I told him, I said, I heard Grandma. And boy, he just started crying. You know, remember Kevin from the Glag series? So I don't know. I don't know enough, because he believed that the big gray one that was at my house when he would come to visit, he believed was related to Glag somehow. And I can't tell you much about that, but he believes that's what it was, or that's what his name, or that's what her name was, Grandma. I can't tell you. Like I said, most of this is just kind of, it's just kind of freaky, guys. I'm telling you, because sitting out here listening to them, crack things or knock on the tree or knock on my house, or when they run in front of you, or like when we were in Arkansas, they'd run in front of the truck, or you'd see their eye shine standing behind my truck. Yeah, exactly, Sharon. But they're just different everywhere. I mean, no, I don't wish they would leave. I wish I was closer to Boo. I miss Boo and the interaction we had there, but these guys are completely different than Boo was, or the ones that in Arkansas. I mean, they're completely different. These ones here seem to be more childlike. They do silly things. I've gotten Y sticks. I woke up one morning with Y sticks all over my yard. I mean, all over my yard. It's almost like we had a rainstorm and it knocked all the trees off at the perfect place where there was a whole crap ton of Y sticks. And I just thought that was amazing. Then we found a Y stick on the front seat of my truck. Oh, dang it. Get off me. Man, that thing was huge. Big old June beetle just smacked me in the chest. Get off me. I don't think so, Sharon. I think that might cause problems here. No, he really passed, and I don't want to. I'm sorry, but I really don't want to talk about that because it'll make me really angry on why and how he passed. That's a sore subject to me because, especially since I'm a nurse, and I'm just, that infuriates me. So, not a good subject. But no, he really passed away. I will tell you this: he passed away of a heart attack. Yeah, I've had plenty of people. Lisa, she has footage of Boo on the property up there and on the top of the hill. And then Ramona's been here. Tom's been here. I mean, I've had a lot of people here that have had, Ramona twice, well, more than twice actually, has had fingerprints on her, camper. Yeah, he was supposed to be at my house the weekend he passed away. So, and I got to see, Robert Dotson right before he passed away too. That's what I'm thinking, Sharon, and I hate to call him here and cause a problem. Because I do believe, for some reason, that he did go to Arkansas. Yeah, it was, but I'm not really in touch with them. I was in touch with his mom and dad for quite a while, but we've lost contact too. I know his dad was pretty sick. Yeah, they did that too, Martha. I remember that too. Yeah, I just heard a little stick break. Yeah, I believe they came to Arkansas because when they scared the grandkids, what he did. Filmer, yeah, later on they did. In the beginning, no. But his wife knew by his conversation. She knew that he was not lying. And I've talked to her before about that. And there was no way, because his stories were exactly the same every time with so much detail that it's incredible. But he spent a lot of time with them, so it's kind of hard to forget details, over a period of time. Unlike some of us that have brief encounters that we might forget details. Now, I'm sure if I fell asleep and was able to write in my sleep what he looked like, I'd probably have a better memory of it. But remember, he spent years with them. You know, he spent years with Glag, so that's completely different. I don't know what the Y stick means, honestly. I'm like I said, I'm not a researcher, and I tell people that. I'm a knower because I've had face-to-face encounters, and I've been out here long enough, and I've been to quite a few places, and I've helped people, you know, with aggressive Sasquatch and activity that they're having and stuff like that. But I've yet to have a really bad encounter, and I don't know why they seem to be where I'm at. And I'm not delusional, and I'm not hoping that they're here. They just do things that are typical of Sasquatch activity, and sometimes it's just blatant, you know, especially since, you know, if I get up out of bed and I go next door and everybody's sound asleep and I just had knocking on my window or my door, you know, there's no other explanation unless someone's walking around my property hiding, you know. Really? I haven't been on Facebook in a long time. I check in with it once in a while, but I don't spend much time on Facebook. Last time I got on Facebook, I had 48 people that invited me. And I was like, oh my gosh, that's how long it'd been since I've been on it. You know, they wanted a friend, and I had people I've never heard of. Well, what group is it again on Facebook? You know, my daughter-in-law, she wants to spend time out here when she's not working to interact with them the way that I do. But most of the time she works late, and then she goes home and goes to bed. My son knows they're here, but he's never seen one. All right, thank you, Filmer. Hello, Maggie. Welcome. But honestly, guys, I have no clue. Like I said, I'm not a researcher. I think more people, I don't know, this, and don't take this wrong, you know, please, just don't take this wrong. You have the scientific part. You have the people that believe in their flesh and blood. You have people that believe that they're aliens or spiritual, and you have people that believe that they are, you know, apes. And then a lot of these places, and I'm not giving anybody grief for how they do it. Please, like I said, don't take this wrong, because everybody does it their own way, and I'm not going to say anything about how they do it, but, you know, or say anything about them, how they do it. But I don't put out the recorders anymore, and I don't put out game cameras. I enjoy the interaction that I have right here, right now. And I'd much rather them feel comfortable enough to come up. Yeah, me too, Maggie. I'd be much more comfortable with them being around here and not giving me, you know, any grief, or, you know, because I don't feed them. So that's the biggest thing. I don't feed them. What was that? Did you guys just hear that? Woo woo. That was not an owl. That's really weird. Anyway, but I don't do any of that stuff, and I know a lot of people give me grief for it, but I like the way things are now. And if I change it, what happens if I get attraction from people I don't want to know what goes on here? You know what I'm saying? I tell you guys, but I'm a nobody, so nobody pays attention to what I do or what I say, you know, so I'm not worried about it. But what if I actually got video or great audio? You know, what if I got that? Would I all of a sudden people start telling other people about me, and they get on the channel, and the next thing I know, I got people knocking on my door? I just don't want that. I like it the way it is. And as long as I'm not having any issues with them, I'd rather just be left alone. And I do have the campouts once in a while. Because there are some people that cannot go out into the woods, and they maybe their bodies don't work, so they can't go out there. And I'd rather them have a good encounter than a bad one, or I'd rather have them someplace where they feel safe, you know. Plus, you know, we cook together and we talk together and we light fires, you know, and everybody camps around it. It's a pretty good time with or without any interaction. It's a nice little gathering. But I don't want it to change, you know. I like it the way it is. I would love to talk to, you know, I'm sorry they were terrifying. Yeah, remember, Barry, what I said about, where's Jamie? Who's Jamie? Well, you're invited, Sharon. Uh-oh. Oh, okay. Thank you, Barry. Okay. I'm waiting for Jamie Harms to show up one of these years, hopefully. Anyways, thank you. Part of me really wants, like I said, people that can't go out to come out here and just feel safe enough to be able to sit out in their chairs and maybe hear a whoop or a tree knock, or see eyes shine, and not feel scared enough to where they want to leave. You know, there's enough people here that they feel comfortable. That's why I have these, you know. And I know that we have repeat customers that come, you know, repeat friends that come, you know, and we sit around together because we're used to each other. But I would like to invite some new people, you know, and along with some of the older people that have been here before, so it does stay comfortable for them. And like I said, with or without an interaction, it's fun. You know, like I said, we all bring food, we cook together. We had deer meat last time. You know, some people have never had deer meat before. It's just fun. It depends. I can't tell you that of every one of them, Filmer. I don't know. No. I don't tell all of them, Ramona, but yeah, you guys are funny. But I can't tell you what all of them are like everywhere, because I'm telling you, they're just like people, they're different. But if I haven't had any aggression, it's because I'm doing something right, you know. No, there's no bus stops near me, not that I know of. But you can always go someplace and I can pick you up if it's close enough by. But I will tell you this about them. I'm pretty sure, and I know people have had bad experiences, but I'm pretty sure that they kind of, like a dog does, they kind of pick up on intent. They pick up on an emotion or a feeling, or, you know, something about, it's a trust issue, you know. Yeah, I do that, Brian. I get silly, and I've heard them laugh once, but anyway, I really believe that if you go out there, let's just say that you're the type of person that doesn't believe, you're a complete skeptic. Well, they may throw rocks at you just because they can, or they might just be completely. Salem Springs, oh no, that's really far away. Really far away. But if you're out here and you're just camping and just having a good time, fed them several hundred pounds dog food a month. Oh, it's not a good thing, Mitchell. No, don't feed them. That's not smart. Now, I do put apples out once in a while, but I tell them it's a gift, and I don't do it very often. Yeah, I can go to Fort Smith, and there's other places you can go closer. That's fine, Brian. We're all like that here, so don't worry about it. You're in the right place. But that's my honest opinion, guys. If you have a good heart, um, and I mean, there's none of us that are completely good. I mean, we all have evil intents once in a while. Same here, Pappy. I don't think they go by that. Thank you, Filmer. Yeah, check out the bus routes, Sharon. If you're just like I said, if you're not out to kill them, or you're not out to prove they exist, and you're dead set on finding everything you can, about them, I think you'll get more of a reaction from them. And I think they'll be a little bit, because they're always curious, but I think they'll be a little bit more on the playful side and try to get your attention as long as you're not looking for them. But I think the people that go looking for them, they just stand on the outskirts and go, yeah, okay. I mean, I don't know the extent of their mental capabilities. I don't know how smart they are. I know they're really smart when it comes to living out in the woods, you know. Um, no, there isn't. I wish there was, but there's no way to post a picture. I mean, we've tried that before. It doesn't work. There's lots of blackberries around here, by the way. Um, I don't know. Like I said, I don't go out there really looking for them. I go out there to film, to have a good time. Sometimes we'll catch them, sometimes we won't. But I will tell you this 100% for sure. I know they're here. Regardless what anybody says or what anybody believes, I know they're here. I've had way too many things happen. I've had windows black out, and there's nothing there that can black out the window unless we had an instant, the sun disappeared, and then the whole place would black out. But just a plain window from the moon, nah, that doesn't happen. And there's nobody tall enough to black out that window. So, and like I said, you can feel them, once you've had interactions with these guys, um, you can feel them when they're around. It's a draw. It's unique. It's different. And when I get that feeling, sometimes I can actually just come outside and just start talking to them and just sit on my porch like I'm sitting right now. I can just sit here. And I can sit here for hours just, playing music because they love Indian music. And I think that's the reason. You know what? I just put that together. The other night when they did that, when they knocked on the door, I had played 3 of my Native American songs that I normally play. And then I went in the house because of the mosquitoes, and they knocked on the door. Or close to the door, probably. It was probably the wall, not the door, but it sounded like the door. Denny actually got up and went to the door and said hello. And I really thought that someone was knocking on our front door. That's exactly what it sounded like this. Just like that. Whoa. Well, hello there, walking stick. Don't you climb on me. I think the walking stick is going to go right in front of the camera, guys. Hello. You don't belong up here. What are you doing? No, you don't belong up here. Aren't you cute? Oh, don't fall. Don't fall. I got a walking stick right here on my tripod. Hi, Sharon. How are you? Okay, you're gonna fly? Don't fly at me. Don't fly at me. Oh, hold on a second, guys. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. No, no, no. You gotta go someplace else. You're not crawling on me. No, I said no. Oh my goodness. Get off. Here. You go play over there. Be a good boy. Go play. Jeez, oh flip. What is this? Crazy. No. Oh my gosh, this thing won't go away. What is with the bugs? He was cute, by the way. Yeah, just like I said, just like people. That's a walking stick. He was getting ready to jump on me. He was right on top of my phone here, crawling on my tripod, and he turned around and he started maneuvering his feet. He was going to jump on me. Maybe it's it's funny. Yeah, can you hear the wind? It's kind of windy. You can hear it through the trees. All right, yeah, I got sidetracked. Anyway, yay, Sharon. Praise God. We're still praying, sweetie. Yeah, well, whatever it's doing, it needs to do it away from me because it's going to jump on me. Get off. Dang it. Stay off me. Those are the times when you wish you had a recorder sitting outside so you could hear stuff and have people listen to it, because it's not that you guys don't believe what I'm saying to you. It's just I really wish at some point, you know, like when we were doing the live chats in Arkansas, that you guys saw things that I didn't, you know. I enjoy that because I can't, trust me, I can't look at the phone and read what everybody's saying because we talk a lot here. Well, you know, I do most of the talking, but, you know, anyways, you guys talk and ask me questions and stuff. So while I'm doing that, you're watching out there. If you jump on me, I swear. He's back again. How did you come back here? Go away. Go. This walking stick is determined to climb on me. It's a good thing they don't bite. Oh, have you ever had one bite you? Yeah, Arkansas got really, really active. Of course, I still haven't found a black box here, thank God. This one I will shoot off if I find one. Yeah, I try to tell people around here too, and they don't listen. They think it's great when they put apples out and the next day they're completely gone. And I said it's one thing if you tell them it's a present and thank you, you know. Right, Filmer. If you tell them it's a present and thank you for letting you stay on their property or whatever, but you don't ever do it again, then they're fine. Or like in the springtime, give them garlic. You know, I even pull the garlic off the ground and put it on a tree stump, you know, for them because I know they eat garlic. You know, pretty smart, aren't they? But other than that, I don't feed them. That jar of peanut butter that I put here when we first moved here is still sitting there. It's never been touched. It is weather beaten now, but it's never been touched. They will not touch it. So, and I'm not here enough to do the, you know, like Kevin did with going out and putting the buckets full of stuff in it. You know, whether it was food or toys or whatever. Really? That's bad, Chuck. They should believe you no matter what. Whatever it is you say, they should believe you. That's funny, sis. Well, like I said, I don't do that, you know, and the reason I don't, I mean, I would love to go back to gifting them just, you know, toys and stuff like that, but I'm not home enough and I'm not consistent enough to go out and do this all the time, which I think I'd get more response from them and more reaction from them if I went back to what I was doing, like say in Arkansas. But if it was like Arkansas and I was able to sit at the window every night, it'd be different, but I just can't. Sometimes, guys, when I get home, I'm so exhausted, it takes me 2 days to recover. You know, I mean, literally, I just don't want to move. I am so deadbeat tired. And that's another reason why I want to go back to working out, you know, because I know I'll feel better if I do. Hello? Did you get that, Brian? Yeah, I've never had COVID. I call it bananas, but I've never had it, no. That lady in the hospital, when I went to the hospital for my stomach, she came at me with this big old long stick, and I said, no, no, don't even think about it. I said, you are not shoving that thing up my nose. Nope. Not happening. But a neighbor friend of ours, sad to say, he got it, and he's on oxygen, and he was so young before he got sick, and now it's just taken its toll. He's got what they call COVID pneumonia, and I'm trying diligently to get him to take the natural stuff, but yeah, I'm not taking nothing. They ain't getting me to take nothing. Telling you, people, we need to fight back. More people will say no and aren't afraid, but you know, you gotta think about the people that job is all they have. They can't just walk away from that job because they can't get a vaccine. I feel bad for a lot of people. I'm sorry to hear that, Filmer. He never wore a mask, though, sis. He refused. Never wore a mask. Yeah, that's not, like I said, it's... Oh, I'm sure, Brian. Like I said, that's a number one thing that I don't think people... I don't think that people should do is... I think that's a big mistake to start feeding them now. You know, I mean, if it's been happening for generations, like the Fox family, you know, I mean, like, you know, I can't say, like I said, I can't say anything about what other people do. I just can't. I just know I won't. I'm not going to put an apple out and see if the next day it disappears because we got so many animals around here. I put them out and tell them it's a surprise for them and wave my hand and say happy birthday or something like that and giggle and leave, but that's it. What valley in Ohio? Hmm. I wouldn't do that either, Brian, because they'll follow you home. That's happened many times, even to researchers around here. I could name a couple researchers around here that has happened to, and they were sorry they did it. Brian, trust me, your Corvette's not going to outrun them. They have a way, buddy. Oh. You'd be surprised. I'm telling you, that's where the spiritual side comes in that I kind of try to think about because, you know, they end up in places where you would not imagine them. And I'm talking pretty far away from where you live. And all of a sudden you start getting activity at home. Now, I don't know if it's the same clan that actually follows you home. But once you start, excuse me, once you start having interactions with these guys, it seems like the rest of them know that you already have and you're fair game. So, yeah. Oh, I don't want to go there, Jamie. In my Dodge Dart, I did too. 3 traffic lights. That cop caught up with me, and he first thing he did was slam his fist on the front of my car, and he was mad. We won't go there. Yeah. That, like I said, I really believe that they, once you've had an encounter, they kind of know, and the other ones know. And I can't say it's because they talk to each other, but there's got to be something spiritually at that point where they recognize it's almost like you're marked. That's the best way for me to explain it. It's almost like you're marked. Okay, someone said something. Yeah, I love my Dodge Dart. I loved it. 2-tone Dodge Dart. Oh, yep. Okay, I heard that too. Hello? Did you guys hear that? Hello? You always gotta make noise when I'm talking, huh? Someone can go back for a minute and see if they heard that. It sounded like a low grunt. Now, I don't know who said it, but somebody said something about bums. I barely caught that. What were you saying? Or who were you talking to? Get off of me. Good night, Chuck. God bless you, hon. Thank you for all your prayers. I appreciate it. Uh-oh. Christmas lights. Yep. Don't even think about it. You stay over there. Well, I didn't even see the lights behind me. I was flying. I'd put some gum out in my vehicle and wanted to blow it out and, yeah, clean it out. No, I didn't think anything like that. Now Leo's at it. Look at the wind. You heard the grunt? Yeah, I'd heard it. Yeah, I think so. Honestly, to tell you the truth, I think they do. Um, I'm not sure if they just like the interaction, but they will come back if. And there was a lady here that was dumping out her trash. She said that she was making herself a compost pile. And when she called and asked for help, you know, the first thing I noticed on her property, she had a big old compost pile full of and it was destroyed, you know. I mean, she kept piling it up, but it kept getting knocked down, destroyed. There was, you know, what looked like someone put their fists straight through, in the center of it. And it was like they was digging through it or something along those lines. And I kept telling her, I said, what is that for? She goes, well, that'll be my compost pile. And I said, why don't you have it in a bin? I said, you're going to attract every predator around here. Every animal is going to come out. She goes, well, I don't mind. We've got a lot of bunnies and squirrels and stuff like that. That's not Tank. That's Leo. Tank's in the house. Leo barks at everything. But I asked her, I said, well, the first thing I would do if I were you is I'd put it in something that's sealed and see if that helps, because that's one thing that will attract, the big guys. They'll come and ravage through your garbage. And she said, really? And I said, yeah. And I said, most people that have a compost pile have a pile that's either closed in or capped or something, because you want the worms collecting in it. But she had a big old pile of food there. And I mean, there was everything in that pile. And she noticed quite often that it would be, gone through. But she thought it was the small critters. Well, she was also getting rocks pummeled at her house. And I told her, I said, maybe you had thrown something out that they liked. Look at the wind blowing everything. And when you stopped throwing that out, they got mad. They wanted it. And they'll do that. And I've talked to plenty of people that had problems on their property that was one of the major deals. They had a compost pile, or they had a pile where they just tossed food over a fence or something like that. And you can't do that, especially if these guys are around. You can't leave food laying out because you're attracting every predator out here. People like me that live out in the woods, we put everything up. Oh, hi, bunny rabbit. Did you see the bunny rabbit? Yeah, they are, and I've said that forever. They're like teenage kids. They don't ever get past teenage mentality. They have that, I want it, if you don't give it to me, I'm going to take it. Entitlement or attitude. If they're in a good mood, they're happy. They can turn from good mood to bad mood instantly. And, then you got a spoiled, Sasquatch on your hands. I mean, I don't, I really believe from my experience, just my experience, and listening to some people talk about the Sasquatch in their areas, where they're inhabited, in the same location, they act like spoiled kids, So I don't think their mentality, as far as people would consider it. Yeah, that's true, Ramona. But I don't think, as far as people are concerned, I don't think they get any smarter than a teenager, or they don't act any better than a teenager mentality at that point. They're way smarter, or more adapt, let's put it that way, to the woods and surrounding and survival. They blow us all out of the water. But the other stuff, jeez, I think they're spoiled. Yeah, there's plenty. I know you guys have listened to Sasquatch Chronicles, and you've listened to, Duke's show, and, you listen to a lot of shows that the first one, remember, Martha, the first big one he got into, and he was taking the dog food out. That's the one where they were emptying it in just a couple days. And he found a cat inside the container, remember? Inside the dog food container, there was a cat. I don't know. Some of these questions, they're all really, really super good questions, but I don't think anybody, including the lady with Fox, I don't think anybody really knows. And I've listened to people that say they talk to him, but we're still not getting definitive answers. We're not getting definitive answers. We're getting some kind of, responses, but we're not getting the answers. Oh, hold on, I gotta find out what's over here. You better not crawl on me. I'm telling you, I will throw something at you. Dang. All right, how do I do this? Now I gotta find it. Ooh. Good night, Pappy. God bless you. Much love, sweetie. Yeah, that's true. That's very true. Some people have no problem. Some people have a lot of problems. Um, and I think it's because of the way they respond. You know, some people respond to them differently. Hey, Duke, we were just talking about you. Your ears burning or what? Exactly, Ramona. And, you know, you're not going to learn stuff about these guys by putting up game cameras. I'm sorry. How are you, Duke? Yeah, I don't know. Like I said, it's just different. You know, I mean, I don't know. Like I said, I don't really know how to explain it. I'm just going to say it this way. Like I said, everybody has their own ideas and people believe what they want to believe. And a lot of people believe what they believe because of an experience they had or multiple experiences with what they have. So, one thing that Les Stroud says, you know, is either they saw what they saw or they're liars or they're delusional, you know. And so you either take someone at their word, um, or you know, you question everything that they say. Mainstream science, I don't think is ever going to jump in here and reveal what they already have as far as evidence. I just don't think it's going to happen. I think they like the fact that people are roaming around the woods, you know. Okay, Mitchell. Yeah, yeah, I understand what that is completely. I wrote a book, but I promised I wouldn't release that book until all my family members had passed because, yeah. Anyway, don't discount what people say. It might sound freaky. It might sound, you know, I mean, I think for the most part, people have enough discernment to know, especially if they have a good interviewer and they interview them multiple times and they found discrepancies in their, those discrepancies could be just because were so traumatized by it. Yeah, well, like I said, everybody has their own agenda on why they're doing what they're doing. No, not everybody. I take that back. Not everybody. I don't know. They usually do, Sharon. A lot of people leave without saying anything. So, um, but leave them at where they're at. You know what I'm saying? If someone's doing something that you don't agree with as far as a Sasquatch and they're comfortable with doing it, you can warn them all you want, but they're still going to continue to do it. If they believe that they're aliens or they're reptilians or they're something that pops up out of the ground or out of a portal, leave them be to believe what they want to believe because you're not going to change. I know, right, Sissy? I had to for a long time, and you guys know me well enough. You've listened to me tell what happened to me over and over and over again so many times. You're probably tired of hearing it, but that, right, don't put them in a box. I can't do that to myself. I mean, I had to go through this over and over again, especially when I saw the young one face to face at the window, when he popped up in the window with me. You won't have, you know, Duke, do you know how many people say that they wasted 15 minutes listening to my interview because I had nothing to prove? I mean, and I was an idiot and all this other kind of stuff. I don't really care. I really don't care, you know, because they didn't see what I saw and they weren't there and there's no way for me to prove it. And I just don't care. You know, I'm the one that has to go to bed at night and sometimes have those eyeballs show up in my face and relive. Not that it was, you know, traumatizing or I'm not having night terrors or anything like that, but I'm the one that has those recurring. I'm the one that remembers what the little one looked like and the exact facial features, you know, the wide eyes and the wide mouth, because it was in shock just like I was. You know, it didn't expect me to be at that window. But other people, if they don't go through that, I don't expect them to believe me because they weren't there. But I'm telling you right now, I'm not a liar. You know, what I saw is what I saw. And I can't unsee it. I've said that 100 times. And I will take that to my grave. Now, just like Bob Gimlin or the rest of them that take it to their grave, okay, you could still call them a liar, and that's fine. If you want to call them a liar, that's fine. But you weren't there, you know, and I don't know. That kind of bothers me because I don't like anybody feeling bad. I don't like anybody feeling like they're being targeted. And so they have a different opinion, but maybe their opinion is based on stuff they've been through, you know? Yeah, that's what I said, Ramona. That's what I mean. I couldn't wrap my brain around the first time I saw one. Remember, I was out to disprove them. I was out to prove that this was just a joke. I understand that, Duke. You know, I'm not talking about people like that, because some of these people that make comments on some of the interviews that I've been on, I don't even recognize their names. You know, I've never seen them before. They're just people scrolling through and they're listening to, you know, podcasts, and they said, oh, this person's a liar, or thank you for telling me in advance, you know, because it wasted 15 minutes of my time, you know, and you're going to get that no matter what, you know. I don't really care. I remember that well, Ramona. I didn't start having panic attacks and nightmares because I was too excited over, once I got to that point where I knew they were real and I wasn't having any issues with them, I was just super excited that they were the not aggressive, and they were actually like showing me their babies, you know. I mean, like walking in front of my window. They were that close. That was exciting to me, more than just exciting. So why am I not traumatized? I don't know. I mean, I was behind a window. I mean, if that helps. But maybe if I was standing outside and it walked up to me, I might have, you know, had a Charmin moment. You know, I don't know. But yeah, remember I told you it was going to happen, hun. It just, some people, it just happens. I don't know, Filmer. I mean, Jimmy, I really don't know. I've, you know, the babies that were playing by the RV were actually playing in the trees and had actually climbed on top of my RV one night, and I ran outside. I said, no, 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 because I was afraid, you know, they'd fall off or they'd, you know, they're heavy. I don't know what I did. I just ran outside and told them no. But I thought there was two, when I was trying to show the kids them playing outside, I thought there were two bobcats. You know, I thought they were small bobcats, but they weren't. You know, they were babies, and we found the footprints. You know, I mean, it was amazing. And to see the eye shine standing right there where you can just see it, it was freaky. Oh, they stopped. If I went outside, and I mean, I've done that here. I will seriously come outside and yell at them and tell them, no, don't do that. When, you know, the first time they threw a big rock, I told them no. Hold on, I hear walking. Did you guys just hear the walking? It was on gravel. Hello? You guys better not scare me. I'm telling you, you better not. Don't you come up behind me. They're bad. Yeah, they were just, and gravel only goes about 10 feet out this sort of direction. these guys are funny. And like I said, I've never seen them being carried. No, Jamie, they didn't touch me. What they did was Boo was so close behind me that the hair of the back of my neck stuck up. And I could actually, it's almost like I could feel his breath on my neck. But when I spun around, because I froze for a minute there, Lizzie was in front of me and I froze. Oh, Lisa, sorry. I'm sorry. I keep getting that backwards. I'm sorry, Lisa. Um, yeah, it does sound close. He was so close and I froze and I had Lizzie right in front of me and I stopped her. And then when I turned around, all I could see was the bushes moving, but it's almost like I could feel his breath on the back of my neck. And I was like, holy crap. And Boo has done that before. That's how I knew it was Boo in Arkansas, because of the way he scared my grandson and his buddies. Because that was, hey D, that was his way. That's what the same thing he did to people that came to visit in, up on the mountain, well, foothill of the mountain. And he would do the same thing. He just liked to spread his arms out and go, ugh, and scare them. Well, that's the same thing they did. And when they told me what he looked like, I was like, that's Boo. That is Boo. And I don't know why or how he went from where we were in Oklahoma to Arkansas. I mean, it's not really that far away, but it was far enough away to kind of freak me out that he would follow me all the way down there. But apparently that meant that the clan there didn't care that he was there. I can't say that about here. And don't forget, not too far from here is DM country. I don't know, ask Lizzie. She wanted to do that once. I mean, just once she wanted to do that, and she kind of changed her mind. Lizzie was looking out the window. I sent her back in because we saw a bear, and she clearly saw a one that was kind of more of a reddish color, not Boo, but one that was kind of a reddish color, a little bit bigger. She saw him just not too far away from me and Gabe. I had Gabe knelt down close to the ground just to watch the bear walk between the trees, maybe 60 yards from us. So I had him be quiet, and I made Lizzie go back into the trailer because Lizzie would turn around and run. So I had her walk backwards, and we kind of walked backwards watching the bear. And then she climbed into the RV, and I was showing Gabe what to look for. And then when we went inside, she was beside herself. She was freaking out. She said, it was right there. It was right there next to you guys. You didn't see it? Right there. I was like, oh my gosh. But I didn't see it, and Gabe didn't see it. And I didn't even know it was there. But I think sometimes they are protectors of certain people. I think they protect them. I could be just, wishful thinking, but I do believe that. I know Boo protected us that night. Clearly, I know Boo protected us that night because whatever was out there was just terrifying. Absolutely terrifying. And I can't find that video to save my life. Or the audio. What did I miss about Mr.? Lurks a lot. What? What did I miss? Oh. Oh, okay. So how you feeling, Duke? You doing all right? I'm going to leave you guys here for a second and go get something to drink. That way maybe whoever's close by here will make some noise when I go in the house, okay? They kind of like to do that once in a while. I'm going in. I'll be right back. Oh, gotta stretch my legs. Oh my goodness. Okay, you guys hear anything? See anything? What? Yeah, it's kind of, well, it's not really cloudy here. Kind of cloudy. I can see the Big Dipper. Okay, hold on, I'm listening. What you can do, Lurks, is switch the chat from top chat to live chat. Oh, that's funny, Brian. Sometimes if you switch that back and forth, you can see it. Yeah, it's really windy here. That's what I was saying. It's really super windy. Matt, did you leave? Rod, are you still here? Hello, lurkers. Yeah, sometimes you got to switch back and forth between the live and the top chat because then you'll see a difference. And I've had to do that before because people were talking or people were answering people in the chat and I couldn't see it. Yeah, it's the wind. It's pretty windy. Oh, if they move the limbs around here, you'll know because they, well, I take that back. They don't really shake them here. Oh, I heard the most beautiful, beautiful, crisp, clear tree knock. Oh, if they would do that while you guys were here. Man, I wish I could go out and, maybe I can do that. Maybe I should tree knock. I've never done it before, but not here. Think I should do that? Try something different. What if I get a response I don't want though? Hey, Peanut. Knock, knock. Knock, knock. Don't be throwing anything. I know, right, sissy? I think he's like the rest of us. Things have gotten to us, so we've changed a little bit. Oh, it's all right, Sharon. I'm not worried about it. Yeah, maybe. I think I have to agree with most of the people that think that tree knocking is just telling another one where another one is. Hold on, I just heard something. Peanut? Peanut. All right, let me see. I gotta find a tree to go do a tree knock on. I don't want to do on that one right there because that would require me to walk in there and I'm barefoot. I can find another one. I'm looking. I've got the perfect stick to do a tree knock with, too. Ooh, my stomach is growling. Hear it rumble, rumble. Okay, D. Here comes the wind again. Ha ha, you're funny. On a trap line, was it your traps or somebody else's? I think I might use that tree right there. I'll take the flashlight with me though, so I don't step on the cactus. Oh my gosh, that's the worst. Let me go try a tree knock, guys. I'll be right back. Ooh, this is exciting. I've never done this before here. I'd have to find a better tree, guys. Ouch. Ouch. I probably just freaked them out. Come on. There you go. So did you hear it? Ooh, I heard that. I've never done that before here. Wasn't very loud though, was it? It's the wrong kind of tree. I have to find me a better tree. See if I can do one of those hollow knocks. That's actually someone walking. What are you doing?
Huh?
What are you doing?
I'm hungry.
Hungry again?
Again? I only ate like twice today.
Bottomless pit.
Yes, absolutely. I love you.
Love you too. That was Michael. See, you guys heard him actually walking on the rocks. Knock, knock. Come on, Peanut. 17. Doesn't it look freaky up there? See that little teeny limb with the wind blowing on it? Oh, I heard a whistle. You guys heard that, right? Peanut. All, whether Peanut's a female, I'm pretty sure Peanut's a female. But all she does is, I mean, real low whistles. But if you pay attention, you can tell it's not a bird. Excuse me. You can tell it's not a bird. You can tell it is a repeat whistle. Knock, knock. I always say knock, knock to them. I'm hoping that they knock on a tree. I showed them what knock meant between, two of my sticks. I put them together, just hit them together and said knock, knock. And I did that with rocks. Knock, knock. So now I just say knock, knock and see if they'll repeat it.
I need a flashlight real quick.
For what?
Because I need to put this in the water, but I need it, like, yesterday. Right in my face.
This is very hard to put back in here.
Oh, sorry.
That's okay. I can't see it. Yeah, I've got some of those too, but Michael had to borrow the flashlight. Hello?
Yeah, I can put it back in.
Thank you.
Love you.
Love you too. Good night. Yeah, it's funny. All right, go where you belong, right there. That's the same place, right? Yep, same place. I like to try to keep in the same place. I don't usually shine the flashlight around either. And when I'm sitting out here at night, there's no lights. I turn all the lights off. And what's kind of funny about that is, you guys saw the rabbit run by there, I'm sure. But the rabbits come right up to you. I mean, I can't believe how they just come up there. I don't know. She might. I mean, I keep calling her Peanut. Who knows? But I know there, you can hear a female voice, you can hear a male voice, I'm pretty sure. And I don't know if the male is her older brother or it's the sentry. I can't tell you. I don't know this for a fact. I've only seen big male tracks, a little bit bigger than my male tracks, I think, because they're splayed. And then the smaller one I think is Peanut. Of course, I don't know how big she is now, but I call her Peanut. And then the baby that was born. And I heard that in the woods. I mean, I knew what that was. That was freaky. I mean, really freaky. But I had automatically had a sense that a baby was being born. And I was so excited. And I was jumping up and down. Congratulations, new baby, yay. And then nothing, so. But I haven't seen any telltale signs of a new one. I'm waiting. Because usually the little ones, if the older ones allow them, the little ones will come up. Remember the one in front of the car that night? When we had the car and not the truck? And it ran from my window out through the field out here. And that thing took off like a bottle rocket. I mean, it kicked up rocks all against my house. It took off so fast. And I know that was little because when it got on all fours, it wasn't much bigger than Tank. So, and that's all I saw was it was on fours and it just took off. And then it whistled and then I heard the other one behind the shed and I was like, holy crap. And I kept saying, sorry, 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 because I didn't mean to scare her. But they come really close. Yeah, Who said that, Martha? Do you know? Or you don't really have to tell me, but are they still talking about Sasquatch laying eggs? I mean, I wouldn't know if they did or not, but I didn't see it give birth. You just, I'm telling you, you never know about nothing. Ouch. Boy, it's really hard to sit in this stupid chair. I miss my window in Arkansas. That was so comfortable. No, just a mourn. It was like a mournful cry, and then a loud noise, and then I just knew it was she was giving birth. Well, hello. Now you're gonna throw stuff? You're rotten. Hello, Peanut. Hello. That's the first thing they've thrown in a while. Yeah, they don't throw much anymore. Yeah, that's what it sounded like. I just heard that, and that was really strange. Because I don't know why, but it was automatic that I thought birth. The sound was just unmistakable. It was weird. And I keep saying I'm gonna put my recorder out, but well, maybe Martha. That could be true. I just keep forgetting to do it. Like I said, I'm just trying to keep myself so occupied with other stuff. No, I didn't hear the baby cry. Okay, Ramona, no problem. Thanks, Sharon. I kind of miss the old place, but then again, I don't, you know. I miss Boo up there on the top of that foothill. And then I miss, Arkansas and the action activity I had there. And here, this is my doing that I'm not getting as much activity. I'm praying also, Ramona, that it's going to help his memory. He's got to give himself some time. It does repair itself. Or it can repair itself. Hello? Peanut. That was something else thrown, but it didn't make it to the house. It hit the gravel. Okay, Elo. Come on. I'm sure. I know it's got to be rough on him. I think it's harder for people that your brain is still intact enough that your brain's not intact. That's got to be the worst. Yeah, I don't think they like that much. Thank you for that prayer. Amen and amen is right. Now the ducks are squawking. They don't like change. Number one, they don't like change. You switch something up and you're going to irritate them. They like routine. They don't like yapping dogs. And sometimes when they throw something, like if you throw a ball in the woods, if they throw it back, if you roll it on the ground back to them, I think they're okay. But if they throw something at you and you throw it back, you're going to make them really mad. Those are just things I know they don't like. Remember, I told you when we first started going up there to the mountain, yeah, kind of, or a teenage kid, you know. But when we first started going up there, we were in tents. We didn't have the RV at the time. And we'd go up there the same time every time we went up. And we would set up camp and do all this stuff. And one time we went up there late, and all of us were packed into the truck. And instead of just being like 2 or 3 of us or 3 or 4 of us, everybody came. And when we got there, that's when the big one knocked over the tree, of course, and shocked everybody. And then we went to set up the tent. And one of the tents that we left up there was completely annihilated. So we had to, all of us had to stay in one tent. So there was Sarah, Gabe, Michael, Lizzie, me, and Denny in one tent. I know, it's so hard. That is just so hard. I know I work with dementia patients. I work with the elderly. I'm hospice. So a lot of people I take care of have dementia or Alzheimer's or, some other, issues. And it is a very harsh, debilitating disease. Yeah, back in the day when we were younger, huh? My prayers for you guys every night, and this is the truth. I pray for you guys, everybody on the chat, because I don't know who all's here all the time. Sometimes when the Lord leads me to be specific, like Ramona asked for prayers for Richard, but when I get into my prayer time, sometimes my prayer can't get off of Ramona. It's more on Ramona than it is for Richard. And it just happens that way. So I just follow through on it. But I promise you, when I go to bed at night, and I do this every night, I put all of you guys in my prayers, and sometimes it's specific. And I might not even know. Guys might not even ask for prayer, but it'll be specific that I'll target one person, or the Lord will target that person. Get off of there, stupid bug. Yeah, it was. Yes, it is very common. Sometimes when their brains get stuck, it's in a certain part, because especially with Alzheimer's, that's plaque. Where dementia is one thing, parts of the brain start to die off, as the body parts start to die off. But with Alzheimer's, it's plaque. So what happens is that part of the brain will actually die. And if right before that part of the brain is that memory or that part of what they can do, whether it's tactile learning, or whether whatever it is, that's what they remember. And when they're in that stage of that dementia or Alzheimer's, they repeat the same thing over and over again, or they do the same thing repetitively because they can't get past that. And it's really, really hard. So what you do is you've got to work around what that person remembers. So if it's traumatic, you have to find a way of trying to replace the trauma with something that's funny or good, so they put the two together. And a lot of times that's hard. No, a lot of times they get stuck on something pleasant. It's not always something bad. But remember, as the brain starts to die, some part of those not with Alzheimer's, but with dementia, some of those start to get more blood to them, and they'll remember things. And when they do, they'll cry or they'll laugh, out of nowhere, because that's what's popping up in their heads, and you never know what it is. But you can have I've had patients that were just so sweet and nice, and then a week before they passed, they just turned into complete monsters, where they were combative and spitting at people and hitting people. And what I would do is I'd go in with a teddy bear or balloons or candy and give them whatever candy they wanted, and they wouldn't remember it was me giving it to them. But when someone would come in with the same color clothing, they'd put their hand out waiting for that. Um, yeah, we would do that sometimes too, Martha, but then the families members would get very upset. So, sometimes that works and sometimes it doesn't. But I see why she does it. I've had a lot of family members say, please don't call her sweetheart. She has a name. They do stuff like that. He's going to do that for a while, Ramona. Remember, we talked about this before, but and I'll tell you why. Your synapses in your brain can restore. The blood vessels can go a different direction, and reconnect. That can happen, but not to everybody. So a good thing for him to do is do repetitive, like, remember I told you, crossword puzzles, or something where he has to remember, or give him 5 words a day, and he has to remember those 5 words a day, and that causes more blood, more oxygen, to your brain. And that's what he has to do, that repetitive. And that's what therapy's for. They do that with people. But you also have stuff like PQQ and 5-HTP and ginkgo biloba and ginseng, hydrogen peroxide. You have things, or nitric oxide even. You have things that you can actually help your brain. The blood flow. See, your brain has to run your body. So as your body parts start to die in Alzheimer's or dementia, that blood now gets rerouted to the heart and to the brain. So that's where the influx of the lucidity or, memories come flying back right before, or the ability. Like one of the ladies I took care of, and it was just for the weekend. I knew she was passing the day I got there, but they said, oh, no, she just sat up, the day before yesterday, and she was, eating her birthday cake. Oh, she was just fine. It's just for some reason she can't do that today, and I already knew. Yes, absolutely, Filmer. Absolutely. Yeah, I would do stuff like that with Ramona, and that's why I said it's going to be slow, but it'll be right. And I know men are very impatient, more so than women are when it comes to that, because that's what they rely on, is that part of their brain, that fixes things. You got to remember that women tend to do things differently than guys. In their brains, they want to fix things. So he's spending all of his brain on trying to fix his brain when he should be doing other things. And the other things, will help that part of the brain. So that's why I said, give him 5 words a day that he has to memorize. Let him do crossword puzzles. Have him put pieces of a puzzle together, even if it's a stupid puzzle, a child's puzzle. It helps. And then close one eye and use the other hand, use a hand to pick something up, and then close the opposite eye and do the opposite with the other hand. There's things you can do, and that's what they do in rehab, to help your brain reflourish, So, and remember, turmeric. You got to have turmeric with black pepper, because that's an anti-inflammatory. You want to keep inflammation down at all costs. Yeah, a lot of them get, and that's normal. That is very, very normal. It's normal for people with cancer also to, and that's what's so hard to watch, because they get an influx of their body working, and their mental capacity is there, and they're like, wow, I feel good, maybe I'm getting better, wow, this is perfect. And then 24, 48 hours later, they're gone. and that it's your body is pushing everything to your heart and your head. Or the organs die first. It's a horrible conversation. I'm sorry. I apologize, but it's the truth. It's the way it is, and that's how we know when someone's gonna go. Get off. Well, it's sad, and like I said, if you work, if you do that for a living, you know, like there's a lot of us that's our niche, you know, is working um, with elderly or with people with those kind of diseases, then, you know, the hard part is um, knowing what's going to happen and having to find a way to tell a family without freaking them out or them getting mad. And, you know, it takes its toll, you know. And like I said, I got that right now with my patient and with my husband. So it's completely different when it's your family, trust me. Although I treat all my patients like they're my family, it's completely different when it's your family. And I've been through this with Denny's mom, you know, and now with Denny, so. Yes, I do. And a lot of times they get mad. A lot of times they will get mad and say, you know, but I think it's the best time for them to say their goodbyes, you know, where the place I used to work for, the nursing home I used to work for, used to get mad at me for that, but I would call the family and say, I think it's time for you to come, you know, say your goodbyes. And so they'd come down there, they'd be livid, especially if they lasted 48 hours instead of 24. Because they were waiting, when they got there, they thought they were going to immediately pass, you know, not have to sit there and wait for it to happen. Trust me, sometimes it's harder to deal with family members than it is the patient, because you can't sit down and explain the whole thing to them. You know, some people just don't want to hear it. Some people want their family members to last forever, and that's very selfish, especially if that person is hurting. You got to look at it that way. You know, they're ready to go home. They're tired of the pain or the mental anguish, and what you're trying to do is you're trying to save their life and do whatever you can to keep them, when that's not our job, you know. Exactly. Filmer. Well, I went to nursing school. Psych was my minor, and I had 3 semesters of psych, you know. Yeah, I know. I understand that. So those two work very well together, you know. I mean, I spend a lot of time arguing with my professors in my psych classes, but, you know, I mean, that's just the way I am. Oh, also in my nursing classes, too. I argued with them because I did the natural stuff. And most of the time they tell me to shut up or roll their eyes at me, and because I was the only one with my hand raised in class, and they'd be like, all right, what? I'd say, look. Well, that's why I just continue to talk, because they'll continue to do it. If I shut up, they'll shut up. So that's the reason I do this. I'm nonstop chatterbox, because they'll continue doing what they're doing because I'm not paying attention to them. Yeah, because we know that this is I don't care if the end is 6 months or 6 years, it's the end of their life. You know what I'm saying? You have to do what's right for the patient. In the meantime, you need to make sure that the family members, in a way, understand what's going on. Some of them don't want to know. Yeah. Just my attention. They want me to pay attention to them instead of talking to you. And so I do it like this, because the more I do, the more active they'll get. And if I was to sit here and totally be quiet, you wouldn't hear a sound. Not a sound. But this way, when I'm talking, you might hear them walk on the rocks like you did, or whistle, or tree knock, or whatever, because I'm occupied. This is how I do it, you know. This is why I'm a nonstop chatterbox. Yeah, they know I'm not talking to them because I'm looking at the screen, and I'm not whistling to them or waving my hands to them, or, you know, they know what I'm doing. Yeah, just like a little kid. Exactly, Ramona. That's why I call them kids. Oh, Peanut. Come on, babies. Come on. You gonna come play? You say hello? I hear movement, but I can't tell you where it's from. Come on, babies. Well, they don't really have a choice. It's not like they do it on purpose. You know, I know a lot of family members that like I said, who doesn't want their family to stay alive? You know, I mean, they're, you know, I don't care how old they are, but, and that's why a lot of people think that nurses are cold. We're not cold. We just know what's happening, and we are advocates for our patients. You know, we sometimes when we know that they're terminal and the family member wants to do everything to keep them alive, they're just making that person's life miserable. And, you know, it's so hard to try to say, you know, why would you do that? You can't. You have to keep your mouth shut. But in the meantime, you know, you have to be as sweet and as caring and as loving as you possibly can to not only the patient, but the family members, because this is something new to them, or maybe it's their mom or their dad and they don't know how to let go. You got to be able to turn off your personal feelings and go into nurse mode and take care of that family member, you know? Yeah, I've heard of that happening too. I've actually had a patient that asked for all their family members to come because she knew she was going. Yeah, it's really hard. Hear that? Guys, you hear that? Whoa, whoa. Oops, somebody just used the bathroom. Denny's in the bathroom. Isn't that awesome, though? What a way to go. But that's why a lot of some people, a lot of people, that's why some people actually go away when they know they're going to die, or they don't tell their family members because they just want to go. They don't want to be rescued. They're ready to go home. You know, they're done with their lives. And you know, it's not that they're not taking their family into consideration, but it's the end of their life. I mean, you got to consider that. And no, there's another whoop. See, they love making noise when I'm making noise. But you can always go back later and turn up your speakers and listen to it when I'm not, you know, when you're not distracted by my conversation. And then you can hear those subtle noises. Yeah, it's weird how people know. That's why when Denny said that he was going to die, I went straight from going to the doctor's office with him to the hospital. See, I can hear that. I don't know what they're doing, but I can hear it. Woo, woo, Peanut. Now you got the wind. Peanut. There's another thud. Not in the house thud, outside. I hear Denny in there. Yes, I know. That's another thing that stops me. Remember, I told you guys we're kind of in a bowl here. So you might not have the same wind, Ramona, and not even in antlers. What's a dead cat? What do you mean, that fuzzy thing that goes on the well, I have a iPhone, so I don't know how to use that. I'm just not tech smart enough. I have one of those things, by the way. I can hear walking, guys. I hear walking. I hear you. Peanut. Come on. Oh, I don't know. If I wrap the iPhone in cotton, oh, I don't even know. I couldn't tell you. Maybe I'll take that fuzzy thing out and see if I can learn how to attach it. How? I'm in between the truck and the house. Now, if I move out about 10 inches, that's all you're going to hear. Oh, I wish she would too, but I promise you she's... Oh, I heard a click. I promise you she's right back there behind the truck. Come on, Peanut. Are you going to talk to me? Whistle? Oh, I got a daytime picture of one sitting there watching me. That's a bird. You gonna throw something? Not at me, though. Knock, knock. Yeah, the one by the tree. Yeah. I mean, it's sitting there with its foot sitting straight out. The bottom of the foot is facing me. Its hand is wrapped around a tree and its shoulders kind of bent sideways, and you can see its head clearly, and it's just sitting there looking at us. Broad daylight. Sitting on the ground just watching us. And I knew to take a picture of over there because I could feel him watching me. So I just picked up my phone, looked over there, took a picture, and had to zoom it in to see it. But I knew he was there. And I'm thinking that, well, I can't tell you if that was a he or she, but yeah. Yep, that happens a lot. Well, not here, though. I haven't had him do that. Yeah, especially when I'm alone, they seem to not have a problem with coming really close. I mean, right up to the house. I kind of wish I could get one of those guys that keep wishing they could see one. I kind of wish sometimes I could get them over here, talk to them. You know, of course, they're never going to answer me, but get them out here to spend like 3 or 4 nights out in the woods. And they would go home with a good story of their own. Because I promise you that Peanut will bombard them with rocks because they don't belong out there. Okay, Sharon. Zip, 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 zip. See? Threw something else, but it landed on the rocks. Oh, absolutely. I think it depends on if you have more female in a clan than men, than male. Um, as I really do believe the females get jealous. I think that they cause more, they get angrier faster. But, you know, okay, sissy. It can be, yeah, absolutely. I mean, I've watched women on some of theirs where they have YouTube videos where they've gone out, like that lady that passed away from New York. I think the reason she was getting so much aggression that night is because it was a female. I don't know. I haven't had one of those in 34 years. I did tell I did tell Lizzie and Sarah that they were not allowed to come up to the property when they were on their periods, though, because we had cats and bears and, bobcats and stuff, and it's just not a smart idea. But I wouldn't let them come up when they were on their periods. Remember, we had to use 5-gallon buckets because we didn't have a bathroom, so that was not smart. It's just not a smart thing to do if you're on your period to go out there in the woods. It's just not smart. I mean, they've even tried doing the human pheromone chips, and that's a mistake. I think a predator will pick up on that heartbeat, and now you're a target. I don't think it has anything to do with Sasquatch. I think it has to do more with bears and cougars. Exactly. Because if they were, there'd be a problem. I think there'd be a problem. All right, I'm gonna start doing this this coughing, choking stuff. Whenever I drink my half and half, I automatically start coughing. But I drink it every night before I go to bed. Trying to gain some weight. I heard you. I heard you. Peanut. Knock, knock. What the freakiest sound here at night is when you hear them walking on the rocks. Yeah, it's more cloudy now because I can't see the Big Dipper anymore. It's completely clouded over here. I don't see one single star now. And I put earplugs in at night, guys, and I can still hear them, because I don't have any walls, so I'm laying in bed and Denny's got the fan going on and the air conditioner's on, and I can actually hear them walking on the rocks out here. Most of the time I think it's Jay or, one of the kids or something, and I don't pay attention to it. Yeah, I don't have any walls. I don't have any floors. I don't have any ceilings. It's all just wood. It's just a shell, you know. Mitchell, this is when you ask the Lord to give you divine patience, not regular patience, because he'll put you through the test, but you ask him for divine patience and discernment, and I'll tell you, no, I would though, Filmer. I'd sleep out there in a hammock if it wasn't for the big cat that's around here. He's a big boy. And no, thank you, I don't want to run across him, but I would. I'd sleep out here in a hammock. I'm not afraid to be out here by myself at night. I mean, I sit out here sometimes till 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning till the sun comes up by myself, sitting in a chair. No weapons. I'd take that back. I have my stick. No, I haven't seen the cat anymore. Our neighbors did, though. Wait a minute. Now, that was a noise I've never heard before. Not the bird. That was a very strange noise. On who? Yep. I spent more time looking out the window, didn't I, Martha? Oh, yeah, right. How am I going to put a collar on him? They won't come out here. If I called them and said there was a cougar in my backyard, they'd say, yep. It's cloudy here. Oh, wait a minute. I do see a star now. One star. It's really cloudy. Boo would make a lot of noises. Excuse me. Boo would make the grunts. He would laugh. He would, bark. Um, I don't know. Like I said, if I ever heard something in my head, oh, did you hear that? I heard that grunt. You heard that, right? Just sweet. That sounds like the male, though, not the female. Oh, like I was saying, if I ever heard something in my head, I think I would just ignore it. I don't like the idea of anything being in my head but the Holy Spirit. So I just ignore that. If I ever had, I just kind of blow it off. And your other question was, do you think that they would protect me? I think they do. I know for a fact Boo did up on the property. Anybody that was on that watched that video or listened to that audio all heard that. That was something demonic that was running around that camper that night. And I knew once I started hearing the footfall, I knew Boo was there, and I knew Boo was chasing it. And eventually, after a period of time, you could hear it running off, and you could hear Boo's footsteps. I mean, just bang, 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 and chasing them, away. So in a way, I'm kind of glad we didn't stay on that property, because I wouldn't want to have to run into that thing if Boo was, say, someplace else. But yeah, that was a demonic sound if I ever heard one. And I don't want to ever hear that again, ever. So I do come out here and I plead the blood of Jesus over the property all the time, and I say anything that's not of God has to leave. And exactly, Filmer, that's what I say. I will hear no one's voice but the Holy Spirit and my Lord. That's it. So even if it is real that they mind speak, I don't want nothing to do with it. I am too old and set in my ways, and I'm happy, like I said, with the way things are going. But you guys can do whatever you want. You want to mind speak with them, have at it. Just not me. Nope. I gotta get new batteries, but I want to put batteries in the... I gotta get that recorder out here and show them that it's just a recorder. I had to do that with Boo. I actually had to... Because they took pot shots at my recorder and actually ended up throwing that thing between the cab of my bed and the cab and the bed of my truck. And it was on the ground. I thought they had taken it, but... So the next day I picked up my recorder and I hit record and I said hello, 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 and then I played it back. And yes, I did. Yes, you did tell me, Martha. And I played it back for them and it said hello, 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 and then I threw it on the ground. And from that day on, they never touched my recorder. They let me put it wherever I wanted to put it, and they never touched it, even out in the open. And I used to put it in the pocket of my one of my chairs and just leave it sit out there. And they never touched it. Well, I take that back. They did tap on it a few times, but they didn't destroy it or nothing. So they don't seem to have a problem with recorders. You know, I bet you half of my people have fallen asleep. What is it about my voice that puts you people to sleep, huh? Or am I that boring? So if Mike's not here, I'll whistle. I can't anyway. I got these stupid fake fingernails on. I have to spend that $3 on myself once a month. Do something to make me feel human. I've been told for years, Filmer, that it was my voice that put people to sleep. Yeah, I know he does. But I usually get messages on this after my live chat. Sorry, I fell asleep. So it's okay. I'm used to it. It's a bird. Hello, Arena. How are you? Oh, Sharon, I'm telling you, you are one of the top on my list. Remember, I told you I'm an advocate against cancer, the spirit of cancer, and I pray so hard against that. So you are not going to have, in Jesus' name, any more cancer. We have rebuked it. That's done. How you been, Arena? Long time no see. Hope you're doing well. Oh, I wish I could face the other direction. I'm hearing noise on the other side of my truck. Father God, we come together as a family, your children, your loved ones, whom you promised that we should have no fear. You said you gave us a spirit of love, not a spirit of, not a spirit of fear, but of power, love, and a sound mind. And Father, you know that I have been diligent in praying against the spirit of cancer, for I believe it is a demonic stronghold for a lot of people. And I pray against everyone, Father, who has cancer or who has pre-cancer or anyone who is ill, anyone, Father, that is suffering. I pray in Jesus' name right now, and I put my hands out as laying my hands on you in the name of Jesus, because he said greater things we will do. So I believe, Father, in your spirit. I believe in the power of prayer. I believe in hands-on healing. So right now, as I put my hands towards the screen, I pray that every single person that has anything debilitating their body is healed in Jesus' name. And I give you the praise and the glory, because it is by your stripes that we're healed. And because I plead the blood of Jesus over every single person listening to the sound of my voice who has illness in their body, I pray, Father, right now, that by your mighty hand, that they are healed. Give them peace, give them joy, and let that be their testimony, especially in this times now. In Jesus' name I pray. Amen. We have a great, great, wonderful Lord. Arena, rosemary tea. Get fresh rosemary, steep it in some water, drink it 3 times a day. Knock, knock. Oh, Peanut. Yep, I love oil of oregano. I would say for 2 cups of water and tea, I would use 2 full sprigs of rosemary. So that'd probably be 1 ounce of rosemary to 2 cups of water. Yes, and you can always make it to where you take like maybe I don't know, 2 tablespoons of it and mix it in your drink. You know, make a juicer out of it, make a smoothie out of it or something, or or put it in a cup of warm tea. You know, some other kind of tea. But the stronger that it is, the better it works. And don't forget, garlic is an anti-inflammatory. Don't forget that purslane is an anti-inflammatory. Don't forget that yarrow is an anti-inflammatory. Don't forget that there's so many. Yes, 2 sprigs of rosemary to 2 cups of water. Absolutely. There are, and moringa, you know, anti-inflammatory. You know, those, oh my, there's so much stuff out there. That's because I love you guys. You are my heart and my family too. And no matter what happens, I shall not be moved. I will cry. I will feel overwhelmed sometimes, but I shall not be moved. Well, hello, Mike. How are you? I contacted a lady from FEMA. I don't know if I told you guys this or not, because I don't remember if I talked to her after, but she had asked me if I needed anything from FEMA from after my flood. I was laughing so hard because, you know, it's not like it happened yesterday. But anyway, I told her, I said, yeah. I said, I would love very much if someone could come out here and build steps for my husband so he doesn't fall off the front porch anymore, or front steps anymore, since they're concrete. And she said, you're kidding me. And I said, no. She goes, that's all you want? And I said, that's all I want. I said, just steps for my hubby. And so she said, all right, I'm on it. So now I'm waiting. She said, are there no programs there? I said, nope. I've asked every program here to come out and help do that, but they just won't. So I'm going to get steps for Denny one way or another. But I can't use the concrete steps because when he falls, he just hurts himself so bad. Just take a deep breath, Arena. One day at a time, hon. He's not eligible for anything for VA, Ramona. Nothing. Nothing. Arena, one day at a time, one step at a time. Give everything you can't handle to the Lord. Remember, it's not your job. You can only do what you can. I don't know why. He gets nothing, Ramona. Absolutely nothing. Yes, God's got this. But you got to leave it in his hands and stop trying to take it back. That's what our problem is. What we do is we give it to God and then we try to take it back because he's not working fast enough. But remember, when he does it right. Ours might be temporary, but his is permanent and perfect. So if you're dealing with 5 things, no, Ramona. Yeah, sometimes I struggle with my thoughts, and sometimes I struggle with my mouth. You know, I ask the Lord to reveal my heart to me because none of us have a pure heart, and that's what I'm praying for, is a pure heart. So things pop up in my mind or things pop up in my mouth, and then I end up in trouble, you know, not so much by the Lord, but with myself. You know, I get really upset with myself because I'm not expecting myself to be perfect. You know, I know there's none good but God, but it's very, very, it's very, very hard when you know that your thought process is not correct, and you wish something would happen, you know, to eliminate some of the problems that you have, or you feel guilty, you know, for you not having what somebody else has, you know, that kind of stuff. And it is a struggle, and it is. And then gas prices go up when you just got a raise at your job, and then there goes that extra money. You know, we have a tendency to spend a lot of time. Same to you. See, all I gotta do is talk. Yeah, it's very, very hard to do, but what I keep doing is every time something like that pops up, I give it to the Lord and I tell him that's not mine. I don't like feeling sometimes the way I do, but I also know that I'm tired, you know? I know that I've been, you know, been through a lot. I know I lost a lot of weight. I know I got unhealthy for a while. I know I have a lot of people to take care of. I know I have to, you know, I have to work. I know that our house isn't even close to being done. I know there's a lot of things around here that have to be finished. I got a garden. I got a hothouse. I got dogs and chickens and ducks and family. And, you know, I mean, just like everybody else, we all have a lot of things, but I don't let them destroy me because I give the stuff that I can't do anything about to the Lord, and I just let them go. They just have to be in His hands and out of mine because I can't do anything about them. So there's no point in complaining about them or telling people all the problems that you have, because to me, I'm just bringing them back up, you know? Yeah, exactly, Filmer. And I told the Lord last night, I said, please, please, just one night that I can sleep all night long. I'm so tired. And I slept like a rock. And I mean, I just slept like a rock. And got up this morning and thanked him because it felt so good to get a good night's sleep. It does wonders for the body, trust me. But the more you talk about the problems that you have, the worse you're actually speaking them in. Excuse me, you need someone that edifies you through those hard times, someone that's going to tell you, not that everything's, going to be perfect, but to help you get through that hard time. You know, that's what we need to do for each other. That's what, you know, when someone's complaining about things all the time, talk that person into stop the complaining and look at all the good things that are going on, you know? Try to write it down every single day. Yeah, like I said, Filmer, I got that pillow. I pretend that pillow is Jesus's lap, and I can lay my head down and rest. And heck, even if I get 3 hours of sleep, I wake up refreshed because, you know, how I lay my head in my mind and in my heart. But I know the Bible says don't worry about your body, but I have to work out. I have to. I gotta get my strength back. I did so much damage to my body, it was stupid. And I still haven't gotten my appetite back. I mean, I still hardly eat, but I'm eating more than I was. And at least I'm not under 120 anymore. I'm over 120, so I'm happy. I ain't gonna complain. All I want her to do is just peek her little head out. I know Miss Martha just did, Sharon. Ask Martha to tell you about, excuse me, here we go. Ask Miss Martha to tell you her story about seeing an angel. You guys know that your body actually has cannabinoids without taking it? You gotta look that up. Surprise, surprise. Cannabinoids are another thing that fight cancer. I can't take it though. Don't do nothing for me. Where are my owls tonight and where are my coyotes? This is just so out of character. That's how I know that they are here. No coyotes, no owls. Every night you hear the owls all night long. Every night you hear the coyotes, even right in our yard. No coyotes, no owls, no crickets, no nothing. Dead silent. Yeah, I tried the CBD oil too. I can't do that. Well, Jay gave Denny some of his because Denny was hurting so bad last night. And so Jay gave him some of his, excuse me, which was kind of like a paste. Dang it, sorry. And then he said that his pain in his legs went away, but he said, boy, was I wasted. He said, I'll never do that again. I felt so high. He was so scared when he got up this morning. And I told him, I said, you just took a little bit too much. You should have stopped it the first time you took it. And it affects everybody differently, I know, but poor Denny. He was so cute. Oh, I've heard that, Filmer. Yeah, he's hysterical. Poor guy. But he can't take, there's so many pain medicine he can't take. You know what I'm saying? And so he's having such a hard time. I'm sorry, Martha. I didn't mean to put you out there, but yeah, maybe you can, if someone is interested, maybe you can email them and explain. Now they've gotten really quiet, or she's gotten quiet. Peanut? Peanut. How'd you do that, Mike? I can see you doing that. Oh my gosh. Yeah, that's what it did to Denny. Like I said, that poor man. Remember, he was burned on 40% of his body in that motorcycle accident. So they found out immediately that he was allergic to morphine, and they put him on Dilaudid and did all those surgeries. So now, when he takes any kind of pain medicine, usually it's automatic that he has a reaction to it, whether it's Tylenol, ibuprofen, or any kind of opiate pain medicines, or even strong NSAIDs. He has a real hard time with them. So with all the pain that he's in, he was willing to try anything. So I told him, I said, maybe, poor Mike. I said, maybe you can try just a small amount of it a couple times during a day and see if you can get away with it without feeling like you're high. Because Jay will know how much that, he can take. Problem with Denny, Ramona, is if a little works good, a lot works better. And he still hasn't learned that lesson. I've tried. He double dosed his blood pressure medicine more often than not, and it's just, yeah. Lisa, did you have an NDE, or was this just, what was this? Makes two of us, Mike. Don't take much. Especially when we do stupid things. I laugh at myself all the time. Hello. I just bought a brand new phone, dropped it. They said, you need to buy a case for it. I said, nah, I don't want a case. Like, it won't fit in my pocket. Dropped it, broke the screen. I was like, you dummy. Sometimes I amaze myself. Now, what's up there in that tree? Uh-oh. Oh, wow. Yeah, it's amazing how the Lord tells you it's not your time yet. So many people that I've watched. I used to watch those NDE specials all the time, and I really thought, that the people would say they wanted to stay, and he would let them, but most of the time he sends them back. Can you imagine how much he's trying to get people to love him? Yeah. First time I took a Xanax the doctor told me to take, let me tell you, yes, Serena, I do. Everybody laughed at me, especially my daughter-in-law, because I was wasted on a half of a 0.25 milligram of Xanax. Hey, maybe we can have Mike call in and tell a story. Right, Mike? You have Lisa call in. Everybody that's had either daytime ones or NDEs can call in and tell the story. Wow, that's amazing. I can't imagine. Yes, you can, Mike. Well, I know that Denny's brother-in-law, he had lung cancer and had one lung removed. And he believed in God, but he was not born again. And, his sister, Denny's sister, kept trying to get him to give his life to the Lord. And he would go to church on Sundays and Wednesdays with us, and this one day, and this was really freaky, but he had a dream. He went to the hospital, and he had a dream when he was out. They had kind of put him in, it wasn't a coma, but they had knocked him out for a while because, you know, all the problems he was having. And when he came up, he told all of us right off the bat that when he was out, he felt like he was in a hallway, a corridor, but he could hear people kind of far away, and they sounded like they were laughing, you know, and having a good time. So he wanted to go find out, you know, where they were and what they were laughing at. So as he's walking down this hallway, the closer he gets to the door becomes like, you know, like fire, and you can hear screaming instead of talking or laughing. And so he stops, and he said that he heard in an audible voice the Lord say, all you have to do is turn around. And when he turned around, he was back, you know, awake, and he was shaky, completely shaky, and it freaked him out. And he said when he went to church, he gave his life to the Lord after that, but he said he knew what God was telling him, that he was facing going to hell, but all he had to do was turn around, meaning turn around his thoughts, you know, about giving his life to the Lord. And he did, and he died, you know, within a year, 2 years after that. I think it was 2 years after that, almost, or it could be about a year. But he died, you know, not very long afterwards. And all the family kept saying was it was miraculous, you know, because here he was going to church all the time, you know. That is awesome, Filmer. That is awesome. I think God communicates me with differently. I mean, usually when I'm out here at night, I mean, I can't hear his voice audibly, but more times than I can tell you, I talk to somebody the next day about, you know, about the Lord. And as God is my witness, the next time I either read my Bible, you know, or watch a Bible broadcast, they say exactly what I said, and it just floors me all the time. Yeah, isn't that weird? Colors that we've never seen before, smells that we've never smelled before, a peace that we've never felt before, or love we've never even touched before, when we all think we love so deeply. And I told the Lord, if I had just one grain of sand of your love, that pure love, I could say to that mountain, be removed and cast into the sea. Because my faith would go on a whole different level. And, you know, I can't imagine loving the Lord any more than I do, but I know this is nothing compared to the minute that I'm face to face with him. Yeah, I heard that. Good night, Miss Sissy. Love you much. God bless you, hon. Thank you for coming. It's nice to see you. Yeah, I think I've been on here long enough, guys. I gotta work tomorrow. I don't have to work till later, but I've got some things to do anyway. So I think I will call it a night. Yeah. I know it's been a minute. And like I always say to you guys, the minute I get off of here, I'm gonna go in there and they'll start doing something. It just never fails. It'd be nice to not have to go to work and be able to sit here and do this kind of stuff all the time, but it's just the way it is for now. So I'll say goodnight to everybody, and I thank you for coming, and I miss you guys all. And don't forget, I will pray every single night for all of you. We don't filmer. I never know. You know, it used to be all the time, but, you know, things have happened, things have changed. So I can't promise anybody. I'm tired of doing the promising and can't follow through. So just make sure you're subscribed and maybe you'll get notification. But, you know, the only time I can do this is when I'm actually able to, you know. Say goodnight, Tony. I'll do my very best. I'll try to get on there on my comment section and tell you I'm going to try to go live whatever night it is. But I know I work Tuesday and Wednesday, and then Thursday and Friday. I'm off on Saturday, and I work on Sunday. So maybe Friday night would be a good night to do it. I'll try. I can't promise. I don't want to promise in case I can't do it. Well, when you call in, Sharon, what I do is I use my husband's phone. I give you his phone number, you call in, and then I go live on my phone. So that's how I've always done it. But heck, you can call in and tell me your experiences, or you can talk about whatever you want. You don't have to have an encounter. You can talk about the Lord. You can talk about... The only thing you can't talk about is you can't talk about religion, and you can't talk about politics. And no bashing anybody, because otherwise I'll be very upset. Anyways, good night, everybody. I love you. God bless you. And don't forget your prayers tonight. And I'll talk to you guys later. Good night. Goodbye. And thank you for coming. Good night, lurkers. Bye.